Boba introducing a toast. Welcome to Lugogo Cricket Oval. This is the home of cricket in Uganda. We are in the Pearl of Africa, and this is Kampala City. Big day, bank holiday here in Uganda. It is match day number 2 between the Sipi Trackers, who are playing their double-header day. They'll be facing Bujagali Rafters for the first. In the middle, with the third of the day, Mr. Eric Wandera, Brian Mark Masaba, the captain of the Bujagali Rafters, and Kenneth Waiswa, the captain of the Sipi Trackers. It's time for the toss. The third will hand over the coin to the home team, Bujagali Rafters. Masaba to do the flick of the coin. Say heads. Please, Brand, come through. 1-2s. Luck with the toss. Does this mean luck for you in this tournament, the Bujagali Rafters?
Yeah, hopefully a good start there, and would like to have a bat. Hopefully we can put on runs on the board and try and defend.
As you look to put on runs on the board, you followed the morning game. There were all sorts of problems for the Sipi Trackers. Where do you look? You can increase misery in their dugout.
Yeah, and the inside will look to exploit that and come hard at them, and if it comes off and we get some runs on the board, then we can make it difficult for them.
Who are these big boys in your team, the batsmen that look to do the hard work with the bat?
We've got a decent top order. We've got Roger Mukasa at the top, Falak Share, Karabo from Botswana. Our mid order is very strong, quite long, so if they give us a good foundation at the top, we can build on that and get a defendable score.
So match day number 1 for you. Who is missing out and who is?
It's a tough one, but Ivan Baidu takes a break. Munir will probably miss out today. Hopefully, he can get a go tomorrow. And one other guy.
All right. Good luck to you, Brad, in your match. I wish you all the best against the Sipi Trackers. Double header day for you, Kenneth Waiswa. How happy are you with what you did in the morning game, and how angry are you with what you didn't do in the morning game?
Obviously, we didn't do well, and after the display, we told ourselves to forget about that and bounce back this afternoon.
Talking about bouncing back, you scored just 92. There was a good start from Orokide and Simon Sesazi. It didn't go very well. How do you bounce back? Who gets the runs for you?
Yeah, for me, it's about them taking responsibility, playing a bit aggressive up front. So the team stays the same apart from Dev and Fad go out, and then the young man from Junior Johnson comes in, and Josh also comes in.
And then talking about double header days, very tough days. Do you pick any, or do you want to borrow any leaf from the Sipi Trackers, the women's team, the franchise that won the women's edition? Do you think you can borrow a leaf from them and come here and win this one?
Yeah, surely. We're going to do that. If we win today, this afternoon, of course, we are on the way to do that as well.
Good luck to you, Kenneth. No luck with the toss, but you are very pumped up. The news coming out of the middle after the two captains is that it is the Bujagali Rafters that won the toss, and they will have a bat.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Lugogo Cricket Oval. It is Game 2 of the Men's Elite League Tournament 2023. Earlier at the toss there, we just saw Innocent Daura there with the two captains of Sipi Trackers, Kenneth Waiswa, and Bujagali Rafters, Brian Masawa at the toss there. It was the captain for Bujagali Rafters, Brian Masawa, who won the toss and opted to bat first.
Of course, the two captains there both have captained the national team, the Cricket Cranes, at several engagements, with lots of stories out there in the middle. Kenneth Waiswa disappointed with how the Sipi Trackers played the first game, but saying he would like to borrow a leaf from Janet Mbabazi, who captained the Sipi Trackers for the women's edition and do very, very well. Well, for Brian Masaba, he wants to get going. He believes he has power in his side. Falak Shah, Roger Mukasa, Karabo Motlanka. There's too much talent in that team over Brian Maksaba. You can take us through the teams, Bob, as I look to welcome you officially back into Uganda.
Thank you there, Innocent. I couldn't have waited any much longer to be here back in the comms box with you. The team list for Bujagali Rafters, it is none other than the Roger Mukasa, Karabo Motlaka, all the way from Botswana, the captain himself, Cyrus Kakuru, Juma Miyaji, Uganda International, Brian Masaba, the captain for the side, Calvin Watua, Sirajin Subuga, Pius Oluka, right arm fast medium, Henry Senyondo, left arm orthodox, and Obuya Robinson. That's the team list for Bujagali Rafters. Whereas the Sipi Trackers are still unchanged. They have gone with Simon Sesazi, left arm, Uganda International, up front there with Orkide Tuisenge, Rwanda International, and Sohel Sami all the way from Malawi, one of the best in the business. Kenneth Waiswa, the captain himself, also the vice captain of the Uganda national team. Robert Arjuna, Brighton Muganzi, Kevin Irakoze, leg spinner from Rwanda International. Frank Subuga, coach player, he's also on the side. Fahad Mutangana, David Wawire, Blessing Pondani, all the way from Malawi, and Jonathan Nyiro. As we see this, the Sipi Trekkers out there in the middle, who are yet to register a win in this Men's Elite Waterfalls League Tournament 2023. Can Kenneth Waiswa and his team and his men get him the first win much needed? As we see out there from Bujagali Rafters, it is Roger Mukasa out there in the middle with Roger Mukasa out there in the middle to open with Suleiman. The left-hander there. Right-hand, left-hand combination, Innocent. It's always a challenge up front there for the bowling side. Can they make good use of it in this first game of the Bujagali Rafters? Out there in the middle, the umpires are none other than Rwanda International, Olivier Itangishaka. Umpires today are Olivier Tangishaka, Rwanda International, and Simon Kintu, Uganda International. Taking guard is Roger Mukasa, who is known as Papa. That's the name he's called back here in Rwanda. Sorry, I beg your pardon, in Uganda. But again, Innocent, even in Rwanda, we call him Papa. Once a Papa, he's always a Papa.
Papa, of course, they are meaning father. The father of Uganda's batting for a very long time, but long gone are the days. Sami Sohail, number 7 for the Trekkers, there in the slips. It's Cyrus Kakuru. Ball given to Pondani Blessings, the Malawi international. Hopefully he can bring some blessings on a bank holiday here in Uganda.
Talking about that young man there opening the bowling for the Trekkers. We saw him in the first game earlier this morning. He struggled getting his line. He's a youngster. He has a lot to do up front. Can he correct his line today? Wide ball signaled by umpire Olivier Itangishaka straight away. He continues to give extra runs. He was very expensive defending a low score in the morning. Still struggling to get his line. He has opted to go with a deep square leg. And the third man fielder, those are the two fielders outside the ring. As we see him charging in again. Brings it slightly in. Hits the top of the pad of Roger Mukasa, who was very lazy on that shot. I must say, yeah, that's a very good comeback for this young man. He's just 20 years of age. He has pace. He has some sharp in-swings. Holds it slightly inner, flicks it away to short fine leg for a single. Bujagali Rafters and Roger Mukasa off the strike with that little flick that brings Suleiman on strike. Again, left hand, right hand combination. You can see the fielders are moving around each and every ball.
Thank you.
Roger Mukasa there, talking to his partner Falaksha, telling him, take it easy, this is a much needed win for us. Again, same field for the left-hand batsman. Third man and a deep square leg. And the fielders outside the ring. Moves out, the batsman wasn't ready. Let's see, the young man is happy to give a chap to the batsman for Laksha there. Telling him, I don't have time to waste here. A lot of cheering from Sohel Sami, one of the talented players in this tournament, all the way from Malawi. Saw him last year bagging the player of the series in the qualifiers back in Rwanda. Again, down the leg, flicked away. Luckily enough, the fielder is inside the ring. Short firing leg, they can only get one. That brought Roger Mukasa back on strike. Roger Mukasa, talking about Roger Mukasa, we all know he's not a guy who takes time there out in the middle to get his eye in. Loves charging down the bowler straight away. Loves going downtown. Yes, he charges down straight away, left alone. Very good bowling by the young man. Saw him charging in, bowls it slightly away from his reach. Very good comeback by this young man here, who struggled in the morning. Sophia's ball 4 deliveries, only 3 runs. Dead ball it is, signaled by Olivier Itangishaka. See, the crowd is catching up here this afternoon at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Short ball pulled away. Fielder dropped. Catch not taken by Simon Tesazi, one of the best fielders in that region there, Innocent.
Look at this replay again, and you feel that this was there for the taking. Roger Mukasa flicking and going for power. Simon Sesazi got to the ball. Simon Sesazi spilled all the milk that there was in the cup. He will rue this chance. You can see him, he's cursing himself because he knows he's dropped a man who is very dangerous.
Oh, no. Hey! Oh, yes.
Brought us to the end of the first over. The score is 4 runs for naught. Lovely piece of bowling there from the young Blessing Pondani. Already has shown the intent. Look at that replay there. Go to the ball. Lost the ball there in the air. The last moment is Simon Tesazi, one of the best. You don't want to give chances up front to players like Roger Mukasa. We all know how destructive he can be. There's a change in bowling. It is Frank Subuga, coach player of the Trekkers Sipi, coming in from the Ginger Road side. He's bowling to his brother, Roger Mukasa. A very good contest here. He has a sleeping place here, Innocent.
Family affair, but there will be no love lost between the two. They like to take on each other every time they come up. And the battle is live and alive. Roger Mukasa facing Frank Nsubuga. The Mukasa family playing for Uganda for so many years. Their younger brother, the young brother of Frank Nsubuga, and the elder brother of Roger Mukasa, Lawrence Sematimba, the star coach in the women's edition, helping the Sipi Trekkers to win this one as Roger Mukasa unleashes the switch shot. Does it get to the boundary? No, it won't. They'll just get 2 because Falaksha is not as quick between the wickets. Lugogo is looking like a poor man's Lords. Very nice on the TV in pristine condition, and the weather perfect for the game.
Very good atmosphere here. Very good weather for a cricket game. You can't ask for a much weather like this or conditions. Very good to see the positivity from Roger Mukasa up front there, going for the switch hit. Creates room there, cuts powerfully, no chase. Straight away with the boundary. Lovely piece of batting from Roger Mukasa. Very good to see Roger Mukasa. Frank Subuga has two fielders on the leg side, long on and deep extra. Deep square leg. He's trying to create room to play it on the offside, and he does it on merit. Goes on the offside, charges down, straight down the ground. No one is stopping that. Back-to-back boundaries from Roger Mukasa. As I said earlier there, you don't want to give chances to batsmen like Roger Mukasa up front there. He's taking advantage of that drop catch.
Well said, Bob. Punished Frank Nsubuga. It's the power play. Only two fielders are allowed out of the 30-yard mark. You feel sorry for Frank Nsubuga because a power hitter like Roger Mukasa will always throw the kitchen sink at anything in the zone there.
True there, but I believe Frank Nsubuga, with all the experience he has and the economy he has the best economy in the world in T20 eyes. Holds it slightly fuller. Roger Mukasa tries to dig it out for a single, but ends up yoking himself for a dot ball. Very good comeback there for Frank Nsubuga. Loud appeal there, but the umpire is not interested. That's the end of the second over. 14 runs on board, and yet a wicket to be taken by the Sipi Trackers. It would have been 1 wicket down, but Simon Sesazi decided to let go of his opening pair on the national side, Roger Mukasa. Moving on a run rate of 7 runs and over. A little bit of meeting up front there. Very early for Sipi Trackers. I'm not sure what they are talking about.
The team camaraderie in this Sipi Trackers team, they are under pressure. It is their double-header day, and they want to win. If you don't win on your double-header day, you are chasing wind going forth. This is a short tournament. It is short and sweet, like a cocktail on a Sunday afternoon. It's a holiday here.
Kept low, flicked away. Yes, it's a call. Quick run there from Roger Mukasa. He knew he was going in the danger zone. Tells Falaksha, let's go. Let me take on the fielder there. A deep, short, fine leg. Blessing Pondani, given the second over. Very good to see Kenneth Waiswa, the captain, trusting Pondani after a horrible spell in the morning. Can he deliver for his captain? Flicked away. What a shot that is. 1 bounce for 4. Lovely shot there. A little bit of innovation from Roger Mukasa.
Money's worth. If you ask me, Bob, that is the talent you pay to watch $1 million bucks. Unfortunately, or fortunately, this is free. All you have to do is download the batball.tv app, get onto the fan zone page of Cricket Uganda on the YouTube page, and you'll watch all this cricket for free. Or even more better, walk down to Lugogo, catch it. 4 days of elite action. Roger goes for power, sizing up the bowler. 4 runs through the offside. Bob, it's getting interesting. Roger Mukasa was dropped on 0. He's making them pay.
Look at that shot. Charges down. He has a lot of room. He cuts it powerfully. Trust me, that shot, even the wall can't stop that ball from getting to the boundary. That was cut powerfully. Back-to-back boundaries for Roger Mukasa here. who jumps to 19 of 12 deliveries. Remember, as you mentioned, he was dropped on 0. Catches win matches, they say, and they coach us at the early stage of this game. Charges him, but he balls it wider. Good cricket here. You can see the bowler is giving the batsman Roger Mukasa a smile, telling him, instead of hitting me, at least let me have to bowl this again.
Big lessons here to take for the young Malawian. They came in early in Kampala. They've had a look around. Sami Sohail played in that warm-up match. But right about now, it's time to work. You're bowling to the very best. You've got to think them. Cut again. Cut in the gap. Roger Mukasa's got a sharp-edged blade out there in the middle. Is cutting them to pieces. The Sipi trackers taken on the back foot by Mukasa's blade.
Absolutely crunched there through covers. Roger Mukasa doing the gardening here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Cutting all the grasses there through point. Very good start here for the Bujagali Rafters. Already 28 for the note in 2.5 deliveries here. Two deliveries to go in this over so far. Holds it inside the pad there, flicks it straight to the fielder there at short fine leg. Very good bowling, good change of bowling there from the young man.
Come on. Walking it out, Blessed.
Roger Mukasa already on 23 of 14 deliveries, whereas the partner Falaksha is still on 1 of 3 deliveries. The run rate is at 9.8. Not good looking for Sipi. Trekkers were looking for their first win in this tournament. Charges down again in the air and catch taken.
Yes, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Falls down there. It was the last delivery.
They were looking well. Roger Mukasa was moving on very well. He was on 23. And you look at our blessings upon Danny bringing here some early blessings in the innings for the CP Trackers. Roger Mukasa didn't get the middle of it, hitting it straight to mid-on, where the catch is taken easily by his big brother. He's got to go, Mr. Roger Mukasa. Catch taken by Frank Nsubuga. It is Pondani with the blessings for the CP Strikers as the score moves to 28-1.
Very good comeback there. Very big wicket for the Trekkers. Getting rid of Roger Mukasa, who was looking to be very destructive. Just goes without making a lot of damage to the drop catch. Just adding only 23 runs. As we saw there, out there charging in is Karabo Mutlaka, all the way from Botswana, the captain himself for Team Botswana, left-hand batsman. Very talented he is. He has a lot of runs on his shoulders there. And he also utilized this opportunity coming here in Uganda to play in this Waterfalls Men's Elite League Tournament 2023. There's only one way to find out. As we see Frank Subuga coming in to bowl his second over from the Ginger Road side. It's now two left-handed batsmen out there in the crease. Two fielders in the deep are Kenneth Weiss, the captain himself, long on, and deep square leg, Simon Tesazi. Falaksha on strike, drops it short. A little bit of edge there from Falaksha. That is going down as a drop catch. I must tell you, Innocent. Looked like it surprised the slip fielder Sohail Sami there. Came off the gloves of the wicket keeper. And that brought Karabo Mutlaka on strike. I've seen him in the couple of games And Yaz
Two
takes
legs.
his time to get his eye
Between
in.
middle stump and leg.
Loves playing
Right?
it down the ground
That
on
is
the
it.
offside. But we all know when he gets going, not easy to stop him. Same field again. Full ball, plays it straighter. There's a fielder there at mid-off. Cuts off and stops them to take that single. But I'm not sure if Falaksha was interested in the single by the looks of the way he's sleeping on his bat. Lovely piece of bowling there from Frank Sumuga, the experienced Sumuga coach player.
Coach player for this Sipi Trekkers side. Karabo was looking in good form. Unfortunately, his form not good enough for Botswana team during the qualifiers in the World Cup in Kigali just
Ball in the air.
a couple of weeks ago. Takes his time to have a look at Frank. Frank's first over went for 10 runs. He's only gone for one with one ball to be bowled in this one. What does Karabo do? He keeps it out, building a wall of attrition up front here in the innings, giving away nothing but scoring nothing. Pound for pound, it is 29 for 1 after 4 overs. The over going for just 1 run.
Very good comeback there for the CP Trekkers, especially the experienced Frank Sumuga, just giving away 1 run in that previous over. Very good to see these young men here supporting the bowler, not giving away easy runs in the field. Can see the run rate has gone down to 7. Roger, when he was still out there batting, it had climbed to close to 10 runs and over. But it is Frank Sumuga, who we all know about his economy. Doesn't like to be taken apart by batsmen. Bazo comes in from the other end.
Come on, Josh. Oh. Too straight.
Fast ball punished down the ground.
That's okay, that's okay.
Straight
That's
for
okay,
there
that's okay.
for Falaksha.
Keep walking, Josh. Keep walking, Josh.
Telling the under 19 boy, this is a men's league here.
Niro Jangu. Luka.
No fielders behind the umpires. That's one of the safest places to hit a cricket ball. Yeah, Rafi Joshi comes in from the shell end to ball his second delivery of the over. Catch in the air, and catch taken by Simon. A boundary and a wicket straight away. Mistimed that one. He wanted to go over the top again. Slices his bat in the process, and he can only manage to get an outside edge. And Simon says as he takes an easy catch at short third man. Second wicket down. 33 runs on board. Lovely piece of bowling by the young Joshi there. He knew Falaksha wanted to go over the screen. He balls it slightly away from him, not giving him room to free his arms. As we see there, it is Robinson Obuya coming in to bat at number 4.
Ready? Yep. David. No slip. Righty. No.
Joshi is the leading bowler in the league here. 32 matches, 418 runs, 40 wickets. Impressive figures for this young man here.
Asava. Olgeo Wangwe. I'll run out hand. Hey.
Joshi here will try to make quick run-ins. Trekkers here didn't give him a chance to bowl in the morning. But the young man coming through now
Push back a bit.
and getting fruits for the Trekkers in Sipi. They were thirsty. They needed some wickets. They are feeding off wickets now. The new batsman in is Robinson Obuya.
That's lovely, boy.
Obuya best at the Serenity.
That's lovely, Josh.
Over in Kamengo. Just on the roadside.
Oh, yeah.
He goes for a big flashing drive there. Robinson Obuya, no connection. Falak Shah gone without troubling the scores too much. Karabo Motlanka is watching from the non-striker's end. 5 dot balls. He needs a big shift. It's the day to work. It's a holiday in Uganda, but the players have got to work and all their monies.
Obuya is off the mark straight away, and that brought us. And it is Karabo on strike, who's still struggling on 0 off 5 deliveries so far. That's not more of the Karabo we know. Very good bowling by this young Joshi, giving away only 5 runs so far, and the wicket of Falak Shah, who was struggling. Captain taking his time, setting the right field. It is the last ball of the 5th over from Joshi. Big sharp turn there, beaten by the keeper and the slip fielder himself, and that's the end of the 5th over. 34 for 2. Very good comeback here for Sipi Trekkers. This is where we saw earlier in the morning Kevin coming into ball only the last over when the team needed only 4 runs. And we all know Kevin is a very good leg spinner, Innocent. This is where Kenneth Waiso as the captain, you should try out up front. Kevin Irakoze for his leggies is very keen. As a skidder, as a surprise bouncer there too. As we see the captain himself introducing himself from the Ginger Road. Robinson Obuya on strike. Kenneth Wise for the captain to bowl the last over of the power play. Very good with his cutters and slow balls. Very good with his variation all round. He has 2 fielders outside. It is the deep square leg. 3rd man, fielder Kevin Irakoze.
Covering 1. With the stump.
Very good to see these young men here taking their time, not rushing in the field, setting the right field for the batsmen. Very good to see they are trying to create a wicket. As we see Wise charging in, moves across, tries to hook it over. He misses it completely. Very good ball and good positivity from young Robinson Obuya. Very good to see these young men inventing some new shots here. Slightly away, lovely piece of bowling there by the captain. Very good line. That's the line they teach us to bowl. Nice to see that Kenneth Waiswa, the captain, is getting some swing there. Trying to play with the outside edge of the batsman, Robinson Obuya. Charging in hard. Drops it short. Lovely piece of bowling here. Very good comeback for the Sipi Trekkers, they know this is a match, a needed win for them. If they want to stay alive in this tournament, remember losing 2 games up front. It is their double header. It won't be a good looking sign for them moving forward in the tournament. 3 dot balls so far on the trot. Lovely piece of bowling. Kept a little bit low there. But again, the batsman has no clue. Very good to see the captain leading from the front. Very impressive figures as a captain he is, Kenneth Waiswa. Surprised today he lost a game as a captain. Innocent, I remember back in Rwanda 2 weeks ago when I heard about his figures as a captain. He has never lost a game as a captain of Team Uganda. Shockingly, it was my first time to see him lose as a captain. But again, this is not the national duty. It is the Waterfalls Men's Elite League 2023. As we saw, Robinson dabbing that through point for a single to bring back Karabo Mutlaka, who is not having much strike. Still on 0 of 6 deliveries. We all know these things can put down a batsman's morale up front. He's not having strike. Again, he's coming in to face the last delivery of the power play. Is he going for the big hit here to get off the mark? No fielder on the leg side, only one fielder. Short ball out appeal. Not interested is kid to there. That's the end of the power play. 35 for 2. What a lovely comeback there for the Sipi Trekkers.
Sipi Trekkers were suffering. They had gone for 28 runs in just 3 overs, thanks to Roger Mukasa, who got going with 23 of those 28 runs. But I tell you, Karabo Motlanka is out there. 7 balls, first a full over, and he's not scored any run. See, Roger Mukasa took Frank Nsubuga to the liking in the power play, taking him to the cleaners, hitting him in all zones. Even when Blessing Spondani came into the attack, hey, Roger Mukasa was on fire, flicking him down to fine leg for 4. And then the end was nigh for Roger Mukasa before he scored a beautiful 50. Yash Joshi back in the attack here as you enjoy those sights and sounds of the power play, which was dominated by one man, Papa.
Joshi given the second over of his spell, coming in from the shell, and loud appeal there. Olivier Rwanda International not interested. Very good piece of bowling there by the young Joshi. Looks like there was some bat on the ball as he didn't signal leg byes. And Robinson gets away with that. That was very close to being a plum there. Still has a slip in place. Karabo on strike, yet to open his account, charges down, flicks it. Looking for a second one there, but the fielder is quick. Kevin Irakoze, Rwanda International, to deny them a second run. What a throw there. Very sharp throw from the big Kevin Irakoze. Not sure why he hasn't bowled yet so far. Very good bowler he is. But again, it is the captain's strategy. Charges down, plays it straight to the fielder at long off, looking for a second one. No is the call. He might have slipped there. That was going to be funny there in the end. But Karabo, with all the experience he has, he tells him, do not run on a misfield. Very good intention from Robinson Obuya. He knows playing in his crease, he's not getting anything off the bowlers, trying to charge him down the ground. Flighted delivery there. Plays it, caress it through covers. There's protection. It is Simon Sesazi. Very good cricket all round. Now you can see they're trying to rotate the strike. Is Bujagali Rafters. But again, if they need to get to a healthy score here, they need to get going. You can see the run rate is at 5. They need to get it above that 8. Reverse switches it. Beats the fielder at point. Chess is on. And Chess wins. Very good shot there from Robinson Obuya. That's the only way to get things going. Very good switch hit there from the young man Robinson Obuya. Joshi not happy. You can see he's telling the fielder at point, so Helsami, you would have put in a dive. Putting there an extra fielder, Orkidetu Isenge, another Rwanda international. Very good to see these young men out here in Uganda playing some competitive cricket. Holds it on the leg side. 2 is the call. They're running very hard. Karabo is very quick on the feet. Run out chance there. Loud appeal there. But not given. Very good running, good fielding, good cricket all round. Let's wait for the replay here, ladies and gentlemen. That looked very close. That looked very close. Let's wait for that replay. Very good pick and throw there from Simon. Whoa. Lovely, lovely cricket all round. That looked to me, Innocent, that it might have needed a TV umpire here.
That's what Olivier just whispered to the players. It's a TV call. Benefit of doubt goes to the batsman.
Absolutely.
I wish our producer there, David, can give us another angle from one of the other cameras, because it's a big production out here. Not just 2 or 1 camera, but we've got 5 cameras, Bob. It's all happening in Uganda. Elite league and an elite production team.
But again, Innocent there. Very good to see Karabo obliging with his partner there. Robinson Obuya played that shot and he called for 2. And Karabo is like, you know what? Let's go for 2. Very good to see that they're backing each other. Not easy when you're running between the wickets and you're calling half calls there, half chances. You end up running your partner out. Karabo Mutlaka knows he's struggling up front there. He knows Robinson is striking the ball, letting him taking charge. As we see Kenneth Weiss, the captain, coming in to ball his second over. Karabo on strike. Full ball there. Plays it straight to covers. No run. Again, Karabo Mutlaka looks to be struggling here. I had a little chat with him before the game. He told me the last time he played here was some time back, 6 to 7 years ago. It might be the reason he's taking his time to get used to the wicket. Flicked away. No one is catching that. No one is saving that. Save your runs, Karabo. Not a good delivery. Balls it on the leg side. Every left-hand batsman in this world would love that delivery to get going. You don't want to let someone who's been struggling get away with those loose balls. Very good shot there in the end from Karabo Mutlaka. He knew the fielder was inside, Kevin Irakoze inside the ring at short fine leg. Only helped it away. Kenneth Weiss looked livid with himself with that delivery. Charging in again hard. Drops it short. Gets away with that. White ball signaled by the umpire. Uganda International K2. The captain not happy with that decision. Trying to tell the umpire, why did you take long? But again, Innocent, you can only be a player, not an umpire. Can't do both in this game. Subuga here at the boundary telling the bowler, Kora Kora. I believe it means you work hard. Remember, he's a coach player. Drops it short. He gets away with that one. That was supposed to be punished by Karabo. He misses it by a whisker. White ball signaled by the umpire.
Change of action. He's coming round the wicket. Yeah.
Not good looking at the moment for the Sipi Trackers. They had strangled them in the power play, but now they're letting go, dropping their shoulders in the field. It's where the captain has to lead from the front and yet produce another wicket. Loud appeal there, not interested again. That looked like it was missing leg miles away. Leg by signaled. Again, a little bit of chat there between the umpire and the captain. Can see the umpire telling Kenneth Weiss or the captain, like, you're just a player and I'm the main man here, I'm the umpire. My decision stands. Whether you yell at me or your players, the decision is mine. A change in field, he brings in the third man, Kevin Irakoze, in the ring and sends back deep square leg. We all know these tricks of the bowlers nowadays. Yes, shot, it goes downtown. If you guys know Lugogo, that ball is out of the park, straight down the ground for a maximum. The batsman, look at that, held his shape there, swung at it, gave it each and everything he had in the back there, and connects sweetly for a huge maximum. First of the innings comes off Robinson Obuya's blade. Moves across. Tries to be fancy, but he misses it. Good intention though. He knew the fielder at final leg is inside the ring. Tries to hook it over the fielder, but he misses it. We already saw him in the power play. He tried playing that shot. He missed it. But very good to see that he's yet ready to give it another chance. Very good contest here between Waisa and Obuya, ladies and gentlemen.
One more.
Short ball. Misses everything, including the keeper. And they get a quick single. Very good presence of mind by Karabo. He knows in cricket, even a good ball has to get a run out of it. Remember, this is a T20 game. You can either win by 1 run or lose by 1. That brought us to the end of the 8th over with just 59 for 2. Run rate has climbed to 7.3.
Guys, right under, it's all boys. Push yourselves, boys, come on.
Joshi again coming in to ball his 3rd over of his spell. Giving away only 15 runs in 2 overs. And the wicket of Falaksha in his 1st over. Obuya on strike, who is on 16. Goes aerial. Connects everything. And that's maximum number 2 for Bujagali Rafters and Obuya Robinson, who jumps to 22 in no time. Gave it some air is Joshi. Big sit on one knee. Calls for the cow corner region for a big maximum.
Oh, yo.
Goes back a bit. Very good thinking by the bowler. Follows him. Not giving him room. He wanted to play it over the infield. But Joshi denies him that chance. Goes across again. Big shot there. No one is catching that. It goes in the dugout. That's 6, number 3. Second of the over. Very good batting here by Robinson Obuya, who jumps to 28 of 18 deliveries. The score now stands at 71 for 2. Very good batting from this young man here. He knows this is the over to take them back in the game there. Bujagali Rafters, who are playing their first game in this edition of Men's Elite League tournament here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Joshi there on your screens doesn't look happy.
Joshi, we are walking, guys. Come on, guys, together with Joshi here, boys. Come on.
But again, good cricket all round. That was a very lovely, good pick up by Robinson Obuya.
Oh, yeah.
Charges down again. Very good batting by Robinson Obuya. He knew he couldn't get to the ball, and he decides to use soft hands straight to the fielder at covers. Pondani Blessing. Very good comeback by this young Joshi. Loud appeal taken this time round. Very good piece of keeping. Lovely piece of keeping there, Innocent. Very good stamping there. Very quick, lightning stamping there. Just moved an inch of his leg in the crease. And the balls were taken off by the wicketkeeper. Lovely piece of bowling and keeping there for the Sipi Trekkers. Much needed wicket of Robinson Obuya, who was looking to be very dangerous at the moment. He had taken already 6 2 maximums in that over, and Joshi, he can finally put a smile on his face as we see Kakuru, another wicketkeeper batsman, Uganda international, coming out there at the crease. He's been struggling to get some runs. We saw him earlier 2 weeks ago in Rwanda. We saw him struggling to get runs. Not sure if it was the big burden he was put on his back at his edge, keeping for the national side in the Tri Nation T20 Cup back in Rwanda. Not sure if it was the pressure. Only one way to find out. Here we are at Lugogo, his home ground. He made good use of the advantage. Good lovely bowling, good piece of coming there. Come back from the young Joshi. Only went for 12 runs in that over. And a wicket, big one for Obuya. And that's the end of the 6th over. 71 for 3. It is Karabo out there still struggling at 6 of 12 deliveries with wicketkeeper batsman Kakuru Cyrus, who's still yet to open his account. As we see the introduction of the Rwanda international Kevin Irakoze from the Ginger Road side, they're being given the task ahead from his captain Kenneth Waiswa, telling him, I saw you back in your country taking wickets. I need you to give me wickets. We are here to get a win this afternoon here at Lugogo Cricket Oval.
There you are, sights and sounds of Uganda. Visit the Sipi Falls in eastern Uganda. You can go there, do some air sailing, skiing, whatever you want to call it. It is worth a try. It should be on your bucket list. Big boy Kevin Irakoze into the attack. Kevin Irakoze, the vice captain of the Rwanda team. The field setting is being given here today. Kevin Irakoze has got one at a mid-wicket for the left-hander, one down at square leg, deep square leg. Not a lot of protection given to him. And Kenneth Waiswa is helping Kevin patrol the boundary at Longon. Karabo, the boss from Botswana, the captain of Botswana, is facing, this is an elite thing, captains playing against captains, nations playing against nations. We say a nice little battle up front there. Hit very hard by Karabo. There was a chance for a catch, but the dive from Yoshi, half-hearted, And if you go half-hearted, you make your team pay the price. There was an interesting bat in the morning. Inyas bowling to Orokide to Isenge. Orokide was coming through quick. I tell you, never seen the youngster bowl that quick, even when he plays for Rwanda. The beauty of the Elite League makes you play with beauty because there is no pressure for you to win matches for your country. It brings out your real natural ability. And that young man, Inyas Terenganya, will be on the back pages of the dailies here in Uganda tomorrow because it was his spell that won the match, him picking up a Man of Match award and 100,000 shillings. Money in the bank for the youngster as well. Kevin Irakoze would like to do better. He starts up here nicely. He's asking a lot of questions. Karabo was able to tuck away one. How does the over end? Cut over and above. Does that one race to the boundary? There is protection in the deep. Very well fielded from Kasonko. Tonex. And over is gone for just 5 runs. You can see Captain Kenneth Weiss ringing the changes in the park. He wants more protection to be given to the right-hander. Mid-wicket in place. Deep square leg in place. Fine leg. Standing square around the 30 yards. Interesting to see here. Bob Bashir Tsonga, you've played with Kevin very many times. What goes on in the young man's head at this time?
Kevin Irakoze is one of the greatest bowlers. Very proud of this big man by the size, but I know he's a young man there. Very impressive he is. Flicks it away. Quick single in the end. Never gives up. So Karabo took him apart in the second ball, getting a boundary, but very good comeback for Kevin Irakoze. Just giving away only 7 runs in his first over. That brought us to the end of 11th over. The score is 10. We are halfway the mark, halfway the stage of the innings. It is 78 for 3. As we see the introduction of another Malawian international, Sohail Sami, one of the best all-rounders in the region. To ball, Cyrus, shot number 45 at strike. Cleaners outside the ring, leg side packed, deep square leg, cow corner region, long on, deep extra cover. Protecting the boundaries. This is where Kakuru Cyrus, who is looking for runs, has to utilize the opportunity and take as many singles inside the boundaries, inside the 30-yard. Try and run 2s and 3s. Because you can see the field is spread. Get his eye. The keeper comes up there for Sohail. Karabo on strike. Oh. Drops it short, mistimes it. Straight to the fielder, a short fine leg. Karabo again. This is not the Karabo we all know. He's struggling there. He's on 11 of 17 deliveries. Playing a test innings here. 80 for 3 so far. Again, the run rate is at 7.7.
Itanda Kayakas, Bob, they're playing a double header today. They are hungry. They want to win one match today. They can't afford to lose both because they went down.
Yes. Oh.
In the morning, they went down to the Tanda Kayakers. Now here they're fighting the Sipi Trekkers. They need victory against the Bujagali Rafters. The Bujagali Rafters are not doing shabbily. They have 81 for 3 in 10.4. Make that 81. They have almost another 10 overs to play, and they can double that score and get to 160, 170.
Absolutely. When you know you have a batting lineup deep, when you know you have Juma Miyaji in your side, those long levers, you all know the damage you can do in the end there. Drops it short again. He mistimes that one. You can see he's leaving with himself. Is Karabo Motlaka. He knew that was supposed to be a boundary again. He misses it completely. He played Ali into the shot. As I said earlier, the field is spread. If you can't connect and get those big boundaries, rotate the strike. A lot of gaps in the field here. Very good over to start with. Sohail Sami just giving away 3 runs in 4 deliveries so far. Can he finish strong for his team? Or is Karabo Motlaka going to go for that big shot here? Soft hands. Well played there in the end. That's exactly what I was talking about. If you can't go for the big shots, at least try and rotate the strike. And Karabo Motlaka obliges straight away and puts Cyrus Kakuru, his partner, on strike. Oh no, Cyrus Kakuru, he's a hard hitter, but again, he's still looking for runs.
Good bowling, Sammy, good bowling,
He
Sammy,
hasn't
boy.
gotten enough runs on his back in the couple of games. Since actually the tournament in Rwanda, he never got going.
Oh,
Calls
yeah,
for
yeah.
a big drive there, straight to the big man in the covers, Kevin Irakoze. That's the end of the 11th over. 82 runs on board, 3 wickets. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. This game right now can go either way. Cyrus and Motlaka, we all know the damage they can do. As we see Rwanda International Kevin Irakoze, the vice captain of Team Rwanda, coming into ball. His second over of his spell, setting his field. Can he give the Sipi Trekkers a much needed breakthrough here, as these two are trying to create a partnership of their own out there in the middle. Leg side again packed for the left-hand batsman. Charges down. Very good thinking by the bowler. He knew Karabo wanted to hit him over the screen, and he balls it slightly away from his reach. Very good piece of keeping there by the youngster.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Balls it slightly fuller. Very good bowling by Kevin Irakoze. Very good to see that these young men are grabbing all the opportunities they're getting. Drops it short this time round, misses it again. Is the struggling Karabo Motlaka, who's not connecting anything at all. 13 of 23 deliveries here. Calls for a big swing there. Chases on. Very good piece of fielding there in the deep. Sohail Sami, who saves his team a couple of runs there in the end. Lovely piece of fielding. Very good to see that he's supporting the bowler and his team. Very good to see as a bowler, Kevin Irakoze, when you see a batsman trying to go blindly. Very good sign as a bowler. You know anytime the wicket is coming. In the air, soft hands. Quarter is the call, but there's no one there. It's the long body of Blessing Pondani. And they can only manage to get a single in the end. Very good bowling by Kevin Irakoze, giving away only 3 runs so far. 1 delivery to come in his second over. Very good to see these young men grabbing all the opportunities they get. We saw earlier in the morning, we saw Inyasi Nirenganya, the speedster. He was all over the players here, the batsmen in the morning, getting 2 crucial wickets up front there for Sohail Sami and Simon Sesazi up front there, giving his team a much needed breakthrough and earning that man of the match in the game, picking up 3 wickets for 15. And as we see here, Kevin Irakoze, Rwanda international, the vice captain, going for only 9 runs in his 2 overs. Oh, not bad figures for a bowler, especially as a spinner, leg spinner. When you know you have out there a left-hand batsman, Karabo Mutlaka, who left-handers, we all know they enjoy playing leg spin. That was the end of the 12th over, 85 for 3.
Hey.
Samil Sohail coming in to bowl his second over. Big shots needed here for Bujagali Rafters if they're to get to that 150, 140 mark. This is where they have to step on the gear and try and get a boundary each and every over. Starts it with a full ball there. Plays it straight to point. Urkidetu Isinga there, the fielder, looked very surprised with that ball. It came to him like a bullet. He had no time to collect that one. Passes through everything and races away to the boundary. Talking about a boundary each over, Karabo obliges straight away. Much needed for him and the team. As we see, Karabo jumps to 20 of 26 deliveries. Is this the over they need of 15 plus runs to get them to that 3-figure mark? Flicks away again, misfield there in the deep, sloppy fielding, and that's back-to-back boundaries. Samir Sohail is not happy at all. He knows that was not supposed to be even a single run. And the fielder there obliges and gives another boundary to the struggling Karabo Mutlaka, who is on now 24 of 27. Just no time with those 2 back-to-back boundaries. Ball did slightly on the leg side. Poor fielding in the field, in the deep there. This is where you have to support. Give each and everything. Put your body behind the ball. Soft hands, good cricket all round. Quick single. 9 of 3 deliveries. Lovely piece of batting here. Karabo Mutlaka telling his partner there, Cyrus Kakuru, I've had 9 runs of 3 deliveries. What can you provide for our team?
You talk about Karabo Mutlaka. I tell you, Karabo is not struggling. That's what we'll be thinking. He got a slow start, 1 run from 8 balls. But then fortune favors the brave. After he survived that run out chance, a direct hit from Simon Sesazi has been coming together for Karabo.
Down the leg side there, Chess is on and Chess wins. This is the expensive over I was talking about, Innocent. He balls it slightly down the leg side. Arjun, the young man, doesn't collect the ball in time. And that's the 3rd boundary in the over, and this is an extra ball. He has to repeat this delivery. Very expensive over this is turning out to be here. Much needed for the Bujagali Rafters. Getting closer and closer to that 3-digit. They're now on 99. He has to repeat that delivery. It is Cyrus Kakuru on strike, and he made good use of that. Goes downtown there. 2 is the call. But 1 it is. Very good fielding there in the deep at long on. But again, they've gotten the runs in this over. You can see the body language. The shoulders have fallen for Subuga Franco. The coach player is not happy at all. Telling his youngsters, come on guys, you can do it. 100 up for Bujagali Rafters. Much needed. 6.1 overs to go. This is going to be a very knocked him over. Middle stamp. Last delivery and he knocks over Motlaka Karabo, who looked to play it over the bowler's head and he misses it completely. Very good comeback there for Sohail Sami, all the way from Malawi. He gets his first wicket in Uganda. And it is the captain of Botswana, Karabo Motlaka, who departs, knocked over by Sohail Sami, scoring 25 of 29 deliveries. Look at that replay there. Moved across, tries to play it over the fielder at long on, misses it, misses everything. Sami Sohail isn't happy with that wicket, but he tells his partners, it is my first wicket in Uganda. I'm okay with it. It is 100 for 4. It is the most destructive batsman, Juma Miyaji, well known here in Uganda as their opening bowler. But we all know the damage he did back in Rwanda in December in the league, where he scored for Team Challengers 74 off just 23 deliveries. His first game in Rwanda, bagging the man of the match in that game. We all know the long levers he has. He strikes the ball at 200 plus. Can he get them to that 150 plus? Only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Sohail Sami coming into ball, his last delivery here. Flicks it straight to mid-wicket for a single. Off the mark straight away is Juma Miyaji, looking for a second one, but good fielding in the deep by the experienced Frank Suhuga. And that's the end of the 13th over. 101 for 4. Game on here, Innocent.
Of course, the 100 runs coming up in the 13th over there. How many more can they get going on, Bob? Another 7 overs to go. 7 overs means 42 balls left. Talk going around. Sami Sohail is pumped up. He's sharing words with with Kenneth Waiswa, the captain. The one who is a fighter. He doesn't want to go down wondering what could have been. He wants to be sure and certain of the result. And there's only one result Sami Sohail wants. He came from Malawi not with love but with fury. He wants victories to be coming through quickly for his franchise, the Sipi Trekkers. Can the Trekkers wade through the rapids in Bujagali? Bubbly, bubbly. And here's the big boy. A chance for a run out. They were running very quickly there. Kakuru set off like a Ferrari. Nobody was going to catch him. Gives the strike back to Miyagi. Says, boss, you're the one with the long levers. What can you do, Miyagi? Miyagi, of course, getting that single. He's got 2 from 2. An eyeful start for him. Kakuru just 4 from 7. Good shot, good play. Running very quickly. They wanted the second. Orokide Tuisenge says, not under my watch. I am on duty. I'm not here in Uganda for holiday. Yes, the Pearl of Africa is a beautiful place to visit, but I'm not here for holiday. I'm here to work, and my work is a cricketer by day. We'll see what he does in the night. It's a holiday in Uganda. NRM, Liberation Day for Uganda. Big shot there. Straight to the covers region. They're coming back for the second because there was laxity in the deep. They make you pay these elite players. Yosh, the guilty party here.
Very good running between the wickets by these two, Juma Miyaji and Kakuru Cyrus. These two played in West Indies for the Under-19 World Cup. They know each other well. They back themselves very well. They know if 2 is the call, they have to go for 2 runs. Very poor fielding by young Joshi at the boundary. It's the outside edge there. It's race is on. 2 is the call again. Run out chance. And again, as I just mentioned, they know each other, these two out there in the middle. They're running between the wickets superbly, taking on all the fielders all around. Kevin Irakos is the big man, the vice captain of Team Rwanda, not happy at the moment. That was a very lovely delivery that beat the outside edge of Juma Miyaji, who had no clue whatsoever of what Kevin ball. Drops it short, straight to the bowler. Very good contest here between these two. These two know each other. They played in December in the Tri-Nation T20 Cup. Very good to see. The battle is on, Kevin says. Pulls it, Fuller flicks it away. 2 is the call again. Very good fielding in the end. Not a bad over. 7 runs off it in singles and doubles. Very good to see youngsters running hard between the wickets. The coaches around here at Lugogo Oval or around the world watching, they must be very proud of these two out there in the middle. Very good to see these young men running very hard for their runs, not taking things for granted. You know, if you cannot hit boundaries or clear the ropes, you can always get that 10 runs and over, or even close to that, by running in between the wickets very hard and very fast. It is Frank Subuga, the legend, coach player, coming into ball. Juma Miyaji on strike.
Blessing, stay there.
We saw what he did to him in the warm-up games before they traveled to Rwanda. He took him apart. Juma Miyaji smashed 3 overs of Frank Subuga for 54 runs. We all know Frank Subuga doesn't like young boys hitting him over the ropes. Drops it short. Quarter is the call, but it can only sail over the fielder at the boundary. Simon Sesazi for a big maximum into the dugout of the Bujagali Rafters. As mentioned, Frank doesn't like to be taken apart. And Juma goes aerial. Full ball flicked away again. No fielder there. Chase is on. And the ball wins the race. It is back-to-back boundaries. The maximum on the boundary straight away. Frank Subuga is not a happy man here. Very good flick shot there from Juma Miyaji. When you look at the way this young man is batting, you might not think he's a bowler. You might think he's an opening batsman. Very good talent he is. Over turning out to be very expensive. Full ball flicked away again. Lovely. 2 is the call. But they only get one. A misfield there. They get another single in the end. Frank Subuga not happy with his players. Remember, not only that he's a player, he's also the coach of these Sipi Trekkers. You can see there on your screen telling the young Arjun there, the keeper, Munimuvichi. I believe it means, what are you guys doing? I'm not sure about that, but that's by the looks of the body language.
Of course, Bob, yes, you're a former Rwanda captain, but I know you know Uganda because you were born in Uganda. So whatever they are saying out here, it's a field day for you. You are having a blast. It's a homecoming for you. Welcome back, Bob, by the way.
Thank you, Innocent. It's been 6 years, if I recall. Oh, good comeback there by Frank Subuga. He's not happy at all. 13 runs off his 3rd over of his spell. Not happy at all. You can see him not even talking to the bowlers or his fielders. Game on here. 121 for 4 in 14 overs. 6 overs to go here. Can they get 2? That's 175 plus, which I believe would be a very good score here. But remember, Sipi Trekkers they have the likes of Simon Sesazi, who didn't get going in the morning, who got rid by Rwanda International Inyasi Nirenganya and Sami Sohel and Kenneth Waiswa, the captain himself, and Orkidetu Isenge drops it short, misses it. That kept low. Can see Juma Miyagi is livid with himself there. He knew that was supposed to go to the roads. Shot again, pulled away. No protection there. Let's wait for the signal. It is 1 bounce for 4 through to the tennis court. This is the over, I believe so, ladies and gentlemen. Blaze yourself. Short ball pulled away, punished. Juma Miyagi, as I mentioned earlier, he's already in the 20s of just 13 deliveries. Very good to see that these T20 sides this time round, they have bowlers who really bat, which is very handy in the end. Drops it short again, pulls away. Chase is on by Orkideva. The chase goes in vain. Back-to-back boundaries.
Juma Miyagi punishing big boy Kevin Irakoze. He's got his cane out there, the cane, the bet. He's whipping him seriously. Any half tracker is going very hard with powerful shots to the onside, dissecting the two fielders there in the deep. Orokide to Isenge at deep square leg, and Kenneth Waiswa, the captain, standing at that place. Call it cow corner. The young Miyagi hitting it straight through mid-wicket. They make it tighter, bridge that gap, because Miyagi was looking to rock back and pull with power. Let's see what shot he goes for. Irakoze to Miyagi Juma. He goes this time straight, very, very straight. Power hit. Brian Asaba, 20-year-old Ugandan, fresh from the World Cup at the start of the previous year. He was in the West Indies, rubbing shoulders with the elites. He's got some elites to face here in Africa. And here at the Waterfalls T20, big mission for our big supporters. Rock Telecom, making sure the broadcast is live and up running, as well as Batball TV, Blink Logistics, making sure the commenters are smart and making sure they do take care of your logistical needs. Hit up in the air. Who wants this? Chance for catch. Brana Saba underneath it. Takes the catch. It's the end of the innings for Cyrus Kakuru. He should have been calm. The poor form from Rwanda for Cyrus Kakuru continues, where he got a cameo with the cricket cranes. He goes for 5 from 11 deliveries. Take a walk, Kakuru. Go look yourself in the mirror. You are your only enemy.
Not good batting there by the young Kakuru Cyrus. Your partner just hit 2 boundaries in that over, and you also want to go over the fielder. Not good looking shot there. I know Jackson Ogwang, the coach of the Bujagali Rafters, is not happy with that young man there walking back to the dugout. As we see another talented batsman, Calvin Watua, comes in to bat. A lot of batting in this Bujagali Rafters team. "16 overs done, 130 for 5. Kenneth Waiswa to ball from the shell end. Juma Miyagi, who is on 29 in no time, all 15 deliveries, is on strike. Juma Miyagi here, he is the man to get them over that 150 plus 160 score, which looks to be, so far, a good total here to defend. Full ball, straight away. Catch is the call. It is outside Lugogo Cricket Oval. Fast ball punished.
Hit very straight. The umpire Orkide to Isenge obliges Kenneth Waiswa coming in full throttle, but it's in the zone. Juma Miyagi muscles it all the way to Shell petrol station there. Out and over, in and out of the park. Lugogo is looking very, very small for these power hitters.
These young boys, they hit the ball further. They know each other well. This is a very good challenge here for Kenneth Waiswa. He knows Juma Miyagi. He has captained him in the National side, what is he going to ball? Is he going to ball a slow delivery? Full ball on the leg side. He gets away with that one. Very good keeping there by the young man. He must have saved them. Another boundary there. That was ball wide on the leg side and traveling very fast. Big over it is here. Already 7 runs off 1 delivery here. Can this over go for 20 runs? Or is Kenneth Oiswa breaking the partnership? A full ball there. Very good piece of bowling. Lovely, lovely, lovely yorker there from the senior Kenneth Oiswa, the captain of the Sipi Trekkers. Not giving any room to Juma Miyaji to free his arms. Come on here, 138 for 5 there. The run rate is at 8. Juma Miyaji is on 35 of just 17 deliveries. Much needed for Bujagali Rafters. Came in at the right time and was striking the ball powerfully and sweetly. Short ball helped away. There's a fielder inside the ring, a short fine leg. We can only manage to get 1 run in the end. It is Joshi. And that brought Juma Miyaji on strike. It doesn't matter if the fielders at the boundary. If he strikes the ball, make sure you collect the ball from the Shell Petroleum Station. This innocent here, this is a much needed wicket for Sipi Trappers if they need to restrict the Bujagali. Swing and a miss. It is. They need to get this big wicket of Juma Miyaji as soon as possible. Don't want him to face the couple of balls in the end there. He can strike, he can hit, he can pick the gaps, he can run hard. Get him as soon as possible to restrict the Bujagali Rafters to a score you feel you're comfortable to chase.
Hit up in the air. Who wants to take the catch? Chance dropped by the young man Bran Asaba, who dropped such a dolly. Sitter things. This is the Elite League. Standard is high. It's a game of levels. You don't play in the Elite League if you can't take such catches. Easiest of them all. Look at that. He should have done better. And the fell under 19 player there, Niro, knows as much.
That was going to be a commentator's catch. Luckily enough, this young man Brian doesn't take that catch. Oh, good looking by the Sipi Trappers, dropping a dolly there, flicked away. They drop a chance, and the next ball is racing away. 2 runs in the end. Very good.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here. In the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's what you feel in the gentle caress of tropical wind from the mountaintops. And the glow in your heart from a warm neighborly invite. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking to the taste of food that takes you on a journey. In the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. In the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small.
Nuatua stamped for 1 from 4 balls. I don't know where he was going. He was in the VIP seat watching Juma Miyagi do all the hard work. He should have stayed there, enjoyed the Juma Miyagi show.
Very true there. Any batsman, any partner at this stage, at this level of this game, if you have a partner like Juma Miyagi striking the ball like that and connecting sweetly like the way he is doing at the moment, you wouldn't even dare to go for a fancy shot or a big shot because he's doing it right. As we see the introduction of the captain himself, Brian Masaba comes in with only 2 overs to go. Can they get to that 175 runs in these 20 overs? It is Brian Masaba with Juma Miyagi, who is on 48 of 23 deliveries. Can Juma Miyagi be the first half-centurion in this? In the morning, we didn't have any half-century. He's just 2 runs shy of that half-century. He's Juma Miyagi. People are watching all over the world. Juma Miyagi out there on 48. He is an opening bowler of Team Uganda. He's leading the batting unit for Bujagali Rafters. That's the beauty of T20, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen people turning out to be batsmen. We've seen David Willey in the Vitality T20 in England, scoring 3 centuries up front when we all knew he was a bowler. We've seen Sam Curran turning out to be very handy with the bat. And now we are seeing the man out there, Juma Miyagi, doing that for the Bujagali Rafters. Team Uganda in general would be very happy to see him score runs. Kenneth Waiswa comes in. Full ball, lovely piece of bowling. How did that miss the stumps? Lovely piece of bowling there from the captain, Kenneth Waiswa. Can see there on your screen, Simon Sesazi. He knows there's a lot of job to be done. He knows with the form he is in, he knows he has to deliver for his team this afternoon if they are yet to register their first win in this Waterfalls Men's Elite League 2023. Charging in hard is Kenneth Waiswa. Steps away, plays it over the infield. 1 bounce of 4. 50 up it is for Juma Miyagi. A round of applause from the dugout and his teammates. The first half century in the Waterfalls Men's Elite League Tournament 2023. It comes from Juma Miyagi.
That's the beautiful shot inside out from big boy Juma Miyagi. He's always had batting presentations, but he comes here and smacks the ball all over the park. A strike rate of almost 200. Juma Miyagi is unstoppable. Kenneth Waiswa to Juma. Clean balls him just after the 50. Full toss. He could have hit it anywhere or even straight over the bowler. But it's Kenneth Waiswa that picks up the wicket of Juma Miyagi.
Very good bowling there from the captain, Kenneth Waiswa. I hope this doesn't come a little bit too late for the Sipi Trekkers. We've seen they've taken a wicket of Juma Miyagi, who has added 52 runs on the score. Hope it doesn't come a little bit too late for them. Big round of applause as Juma Miyagi walks back to the dugout. First half century of the tournament. He knows he has a lot of job to do with the ball in hand.
Okay.
Remember, he opens the bowling for the side too. But so far, he has done a very good job with the bat for the Bujagali Rafters. Playing a very handy knock, sensible cricket, sensible batting from the young Juma Miyagi. 159 for 7. 2 new batsmen out there in the crease. It's Brian, the captain, and Pius Oloka in the middle.
Of course, Brian happy to demote himself down the order because he's got a set of youngsters who are batting very well.
Looking for that Yorker length there. Misses it slightly. An inch. Turns out to be a full toss. Punished through cow corner there. Off the mark Inspires Oluka with that full toss. But all in all, very good intention there by the bowler. It's always nice to see a bowler trying to do something. We all knew he was trying to yoke him, trying to go for that Yorker length there into the block hole, but he misses it by a whisker there. And Pius Gozerio gets a boundary off the mark straight away. 163 for 7. 2 deliveries to come in this last over of the spell of captain. Oh, very good change of pace there. Knew the batsman was trying to go over the same region mid-wicket. He cuts off the pace, beats Pius completely with the slow ball. He played the shot early. Very good to see these young men there challenging themselves out there in the middle. Charging in Waiswa to ball his last delivery of his spell. Full toss there again. Chase is on. Race. And races away to the boundary. Another full toss driven powerfully through covers to the right of Kevin Irakoze, who didn't put in a dive in the end. And that's another boundary. It is 167 for 7. Last over to come. Very good score here for the Bujagali Rafters. It is 167 for 7. Last over coming. It is Brian Masaba, the captain, to face
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us, and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses.
So I have to bowl the last over. Loud appeal there. That looked plumb. Finger up by Kitu. Straight away. That's a golden duck for the captain Brian Masaba. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much because he was looking to go to get his team more runs and more runs. He ends up missing it completely, being beaten by the slow ball there from Sami Sohel, who gets his second wicket. 167 for 8. It is Siraji Subuga comes in to bat. Not a powerful hitter of this cricket ball, but we know he loves rotating the strike. Can he get them to 175? We've already seen these couple of wickets trying to go hard and missing everything completely. Sami Sohel, one of the best in the business, best all-rounders. You back the player of the series back in Rwanda in the qualifiers last year. Talking about the elite, a lot of captains, a lot of quality players in this tournament. Very good to see here, out here. Wants to go over the fielder at tip, fine leg, mistimed it for a single. He's off the mark. It is Pius on strike, who's on 8 of 3 deliveries. He get them to a healthy score here. Very good comeback here for the Sipi Trickers. At some stage it looked like the Bujagali were going at 10 runs and over. Very good bowling here. Saw him charging down. Balls it slightly shorter this time. Very good bowler he is. Very good comeback, as I was saying. At some stage it looked like they were going over 9 runs and over, but they have managed to keep them under that It is 8 runs all over. With the outfield and the batting power unit they have, the Sipi Trekkers, everything is possible. Bless yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be an interesting chase here. Loud appeal there. That looked close. The umpire not interested. And again, good bowling by Sami Sohail. Only giving out 2 runs in this over on the wicket. What a lovely bowling. We all know cricket is a funny game here. This over can be the game changer of this game here. He has already taken 2 wickets so far for 22 in 2.4. Not even finishing his spell, but he looks promising. Siraji on strike. Lovely bowling. Wide ball signals. But the intention was clear. Trying to ball it slightly away from the reach of the batsman, Siraji Subuga. 170 up for Bujagali Rafters. Full toss in the air. 1 bounce for 4. Not easy for the fielder at the boundary, Orkide to Isenge, who put in a late dive in the end, but that was struck powerfully by Siraji Subuga. It is 174 for 8. Last ball coming. Struck powerfully, 2 is the call. Simon at the boundary there throws it straight to Sami Sohail, who collects it in time, and that's the end of the inning. It is 175 for 8. Bujagali Rafters are set. Sipi Trekkers 175, 176 to win. We'll be back shortly for the chase.
And as the teams take a break there, 175. The Rafters had 81 in the first 10 overs. They go on to get 175.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's what you feel in the gentle caress of tropical wind from the mountaintops, and the glow in your heart from a warm neighborly invite. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
I asked life, "Why are you so difficult?" Life smiled and said, "People don't appreciate easy things."
I miss you already.
I asked life, "Why are you so difficult?" Life smiled and said, "People don't appreciate easy things."
I miss you already.
I asked life, "Why are you so difficult?" Life life smiled and said, people don't appreciate easy things.
I miss you already.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Waterfalls Men's Elite League Tournament 2023. Bujagali Rafters taking on the Sipi Trackers. Earlier in the first innings is the Bujagali, who won the toss and opted to bat and set a target of 176 to the Sipi Trackers. So the umpires coming out there in the middle. It is Juma Miyaji, the man himself, who scored 52, the first half century of the tournament so far, with the new cherry from the Ginger Road side. On strike is none other than the man in form, Simon Sesazi, and Orchide Rwanda International Tuyisenge out there in the middle to open the batting for Sipi Trackers. Here in the comms box as Bob Bashir Songa alongside one and only Dennis Musali. Dennis Musali, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Bob. I'm happy to join you. Challenging total here for the Sipi Trackers. They don't need to be the first team to be on the end of this record. The first team to lose 2 double headers in a day. Hopefully they can pick up a win. That win will keep them alive in the tournament for them to be in the final on Sunday. 176. Not a very small total, but if you have these 2 batters on strike, Orikide and Simon Sesazi, you could be in business.
Very true there, Dennis. It's all about the approach of these 2 out there in the middle. We saw Simon early in the morning in their first game. He didn't get going as he was second early up front there by Inyasi Deneganya, as we see Juma Miyaji charging in straight away, slightly away from Simon Sesazi, who is not interested in going for the big shot up front there.
Yeah, you saw the wicketkeeper there, Cyrus Kakulu, struggling to move his feet as if we've just come out of the lunch break. But Juma Miyagi scoring the first half century for the tournament. That has helped his team get into a very good position, 176.
Now the play there, leg by Signot, and Sipi Trackers are off the mark straight away with that leg by, 4 leg buys.
Straying down the leg side, Juma Miyagi, and his only Simon Sesazi helping it along, coming off his bat. I mean off his pad, and runs away for a boundary.
Juma charging in hard again. Simon Sesazi flashes harder. 1 bounce for 4. No one is catching that one. No one stopping that one. 4 runs signaled. He had a lot of room to free his arms, and he obliges straight away.
Hit me ball there from Juma Miyagi, and at his pace, all Simon has to do is just put some bat onto that. Runs away for 4. Welcome runs for the Sipi Falls. Already 8 in 2 balls. They need at least 8 runs every over for them to stay in touch with this total.
Much needed good start here for the Sipi Trackers here. If they are yet to chest down a total of 176, they need at least a boundary every after over. And so far they have 2 full ball driven powerfully through covers. Quick running between the wickets by these 2. Good cricket all round from Simon Sesazi.
Yeah, intelligent cricket from Simon. Gets off the strike after picking up at least 9 runs. That makes sure that he will still be in for the next couple of balls. But on strike now will be Orikide Tuyisenge. Very, very exciting prospect. Very, very good batter from Rwanda. These 2 guys, Bob, I tell you, one day whichever team lands in their ambush, both of them like hitting the ball very hard. Have a strike rate of at least more than 150 in T20 eyes. So if you ever land in their ambush, I can tell you that they can cream a team here for at least 200 runs, just the two of them.
Very good here for the elite in general. Just moves across a little bit to play it over the infield and misses it completely. These two out there, ladies and gentlemen, watching around the world. Orchide Rwanda International has a T20 century on his back, whereas Simon Sesazi has the first century for Team Uganda. Very good to see. Very good for the elite to bring together these kind of talented players out here.
Yeah, smart cricket so far from Orchide and Simon. They've gotten 10 runs with so much ease, not a lot of risk. This is very good to see. Captain Brian Masaba there, you can see him trying to ring the changes, making changes in the field. Karabo Motlanka, the captain of the Botswana Zebras, strolling across the turf. I think he will just walk to the slip region. He is the only player outside Uganda in that Bujagali side. Falaksha will take the new ball from the KFC road end for the Bujagali Rafters. He has protection. There's a long on and a man at deep square leg. That's the only protection he has. But for someone to hit him at deep square leg, you'll have to be hitting against the turn. But I'm sure with the power and the quality that both Orchide and Simon have, they can hit the ball anywhere.
Absolutely right there. Orchide as well loves going downtown. Keeps low, loud appeal there. Looked like it was missing leg. Not sure what happened there on that ball. It looked like it was shot, but it kept very low for Orchide. Swings hard. There's protection in the end. He can only get one run. Didn't connect that one sweetly. Lovely shot there from Simon Sesazi. Gave himself room. Cast it powerfully. No chance for the fielder. Drops it short again, but this time round straight to the fielder at covers.
Yeah, Bob, Simon is a man on a mission. The whole of last week he was here to watch the girls and give them support. The Sipi Trekkers winning. The Sipi Trekkers winning the ladies edition. But one of the things that caught my eye is that Simon was really very interested in those play of the match awards that the girls were taking home. So he said, I need to win one of these for myself. One game already gone for the Sipi Trekkers. So if he wants to be able to get his hands on one of those, he's quickly running out of games, so he has to make it count every opportunity that he gets.
And that brought us to the end of the second over. 16 runs on board, moving at 8 runs and over. Much needed for the Sipi Trekkers here moving forward. Yet Bujagali Rafters are yet to get a wicket. We all know these two out here in the middle are very destructive batsmen. You don't want them to settle in and get their eye in up front. We all know the damage they can do. As we see Juma bowling in his second over, straight away beats the outside edge, left alone by Simon Sesazi. Lovely to see Uganda International and Rwanda International out there in the middle. I wish, I would love to hear the comments and the chat between these two, Orkide and Simon. Downtown, up and over, straight away, fast maximum. It comes off the blade of Simon Sesazi. Doesn't take that much.
This is what you call the Elite League. Simon Sesazi with a top quality shot. One of the shots of the day, straight over Juma Miyagi's head. Juma Miyagi should come back with an angry ball because you don't want to hit a pace bowler like that. Straight over their head. Ronald Lutaya played a couple of those in the first game. This time Simon Sesazi shows his class right up there in the slot and goes straight over Juma Miyagi's head for a 6. Simon is interested, Bob.
Short ball, saw that coming, pulled away powerfully. There's a fielder there, puts in a dive in the end. Very good fielding there in the end.
Yeah, a lot of work to do there for Roger Mukasa Papa. But you see, he's still very, very agile. Roger throws himself around. He knows how important it is to cut off these runs very quickly. Because the way things are right now, Simon and Orikide is still the one having a look. But Simon seems very interested, has quickly moved to 17 of 11 balls. Game on, I would say.
Guess what, Dennis? It is a free hit coming, signaled by Kintu there. Looks like Juma Miyagi in that delivery. He might have overstepped. Very good to see Orkide facing that free hit to get things going. As a batsman, you will love such deliveries to come your way. Pulled away in the air, catch taken. But it doesn't matter. Very good delivery. Orkide to Isenge on the other end. Missed out on that one. He's a very good player of that short ball. He went lazy on that shot. He didn't get hold of that.
Oh, we saw the battle between Orikide and some of the quick bowlers of Uganda, especially Cosmas and Miyagi during the Tri-Nation in Kigali. But now Miyagi and Cosmas is of course missing out because injured, but Miyagi is on home turf. I don't know if you can ask questions or if Orikide can show him that whether we're in Kigali or Kampala, the treatment will be the same.
Lovely shot there, guided through. Third man for a single. Easy pickings there for Orkide. Very good cricket all around here from these two gentlemen.
A better approach here for the Sipi Trekkers rather than what they did in the morning. This time they are more cautious. They're not taking a lot of risk without necessarily taking too much risk.
As Wise was said earlier, that was this game means a lot to them. They need to win this one to stay alive in this Waterfalls Elite Men's T20 tournament. Soft hands again. Lovely piece of batting here. Very good running between the wickets from these two.
Very, very good cricket between Simon. Very, very aggressive batters, the two of them. But it seems that they've made a decision. They can't be batting in the same gear. One of them has to stay around.
Last ball coming from Miyagi Jumia. Flicked away again. Soft hands. Quick running. There's a misfield. Looking for a second one, but Simon says, as he tells him, no need of taking those risk runs up front. That's the end of the third over. 26 runs on board.
9 easy runs comfortable without taking a lot of risk for the Sipi Trekkers. They are staying with the rate, and if it continues this way, they can easily chase down the game without losing any wicket.
Absolutely. Very good batting, very good use of the power play up front. Already 3 overs down, 3 overs to come in the power play. If they can get to close to 50 runs in the power play, I must say here, we'll be in for a very good game and a very good chase for the Sipi Trappers. Trekkers, I beg your pardon. It is Farak Shah coming in to ball his second over. Orkide Tuyisenge International on strike. Is he going to go downtown? One of his favorite places. Can see the fielder swapping. Putting a long on fielder. Mid off in the circle. Cut powerfully. There's a fielder there. Brad Masawa, the captain.
He likes ball coming to bat. Maybe that's why Brian thought about Falak Shah to try and slow down the bowling.
Charges down and gets a healthy inside edge. Straight to Juma Miyaji at short fine leg for a single. Can see already Orkide he looks frustrated at the moment. He loves, as he just said, ball coming onto the bat. But we all know he's also a very good player of spin. Loves using his feet up front. He's never shy of taking on any bowler. He is Orkide Tuyisenge. And that brought Simon Sazi on strike. Short ball pulled away. There's no protection. 1 bounce for 4. Loose ball punished, says Simon Sesazi. Tells Valaksha, thank you, sir.
Yeah, the matchup working very well for Simon Sesazi because Valaksha is trying to bowl the ball into him, and that way every other time he's straying away from his usual line, he's getting the punishment. Again, it's a good batting here from Simon. I think what Orkide needs to do is realizing this, make sure you get Simon on strike for Valaksha, and then for him he can maybe deal with the pace bowlers.
Absolutely true there, Dennis. Same thing that happened in the first innings of Bujagali Rafters. Juma Miyaji striking the ball very well. Kakuru Cyrus, his partner, he gets 10 runs in an over. And Kakuru Cyrus was struggling on 2 runs. He tries to go big and ends up chipping away an easy wicket. Very well mentioned there, Dennis. Orkide has to keep rotating the strike. As we see Simon Sesazi look unstoppable at the moment. Goes on the back foot, misses it, tries to play through covers there.
Yeah, Simon there trying to make room, backing away too much. I was worried for him for a second. I thought the ball would crash into the stumps. Just needs to be a lot more careful.
Soft hands again. Now is the call from Orkide Tuyisenge. He knew, very good presence of mind. He knew it was the last delivery. No need of taking that risk. It is 32 for no loss in 4 overs. Dream start for the Sipi Trekkers here, chasing 176. As we see the introduction now from the Ginger Road side, it is Henry Senyondo, left arm orthodox, one of the best in the business. Can he be the one to break this partnership? He is up against Orkide Tuyisenge and his brother Simon Sesazi. Very good challenge this is. Commentators cast, I must say here, he is the one to break the partnership. It is Orkide who plays it across the line, misses everything completely, and Senyondo hits the bullseye. And that's the end of Orkide Tuyisenge. We just mentioned about one batsman taking charge and striking the ball sweetly. Just needed to rotate the strike for Simon Sesazi, who looks to be in fine touch, and Orkide tries to go for the slog sweep and misses everything completely.
Yeah, Orikide they are making the wrong decision. And I was about to say that intelligent captains here from the Bujagali Rafters, understanding that there will be a good matchup between Henry Senyon and Orikide because he's taking the ball away from him. And immediate rewards for Henry Senyon when he comes into the attack. Senyon, the best bowler in the Tri-Nation tournament in Kigali. Sipi Trekkers have lost their first wicket. Now they have to rebuild quickly. Sami Sohail got nothing in the first game, but what a fine player and a quality batter he is as well. You can see there on his helmet the Malawi flag. Sami Sohail from Malawi.
Left up round, 5 ball.
He at the qualifiers in Kigali last year. Quality batter. But this is the Elite League. What a fielding there from Robinson Obuya in covers. Juma Miyagi, my apologies, in covers. Sticks out a hand and the ball doesn't go past him.
Talking about Juma Miyagi there, Dennis, you can't keep him out of action. Saw him earlier scoring the first half century of the tournament. And now, look at that dive there in covers to deny Sami Sohail getting off the mark straight away.
Yeah, Sami Sohail has had a stint playing in the minor league in the USA. This time is here in Kampala to take part in the Elite League.
Sawa, thank you.
As we said earlier, it is interesting to see the approach of these Trekkers batsmen. Already the introduction of Nyondo Senyondo has taken the wicket of Orkide Tuisenge, one of the best in the business, who tried to play one across and got knocked over. Well played there. Back to the bowler is Sami Sohail. He knows the talent he has. He knows if he can stay in for more than 5 to 6 overs, things would go different here for the Bujagali Rafters. Very good bowling there. Lovely to see Henry Senyondo leading from the bowling unit.
One.
Henry Senyondo, maestros, been there, done that. Brother Simon Cesar's positive. There will be no love lost. Very slowly, yeah. Sami Sohail likes to milk before he can be explosive. We saw what he can do in Kigali, Bob. And you and I know very well that he possesses a lot of quality. Can hit the ball very long. I thought he was unfortunate in one of those games not to get a century, finishing on 96 not out. If he had been a lot more selfish, could have been able to get there. Very
true there, but with no time, the introduction of Nyondo. That's sure if you realize that was a wicket maiden in just no time for Nyondo, leading from the front. As we see another introduction of a spinner from the Shell region end, it is Siraji Suga, who also plays a lot of cricket back in Rwanda. Played some quality teams, has played a lot of games. Can he also be the game changer in this? Can he oblige his captain Brian Masaba, who throws at him the ball in the power play? The last over, the exact of the power play. Simon Sesazi on strike, on 21 of 15 deliveries. 32 for 1 in 5.
Still a very good matchup here. Simon Siraj Suga takes the ball away from Masaba. And Siraj has been very, very good, especially in the trial games with his bowling. So, no stopping that. One bounce for 4 from Simon Sesa as he backs away. The ball is good there from Nsubuga Siraj. This time he gets the treatment from Simon Sesazi. One bounce for 4. We're still inside the power play. It's the final over of the power play. so it doesn't have too much protection.
Absolutely true there, Dennis. We had live there, loud and clear. The catch was the call from Siraji Subuka. He might have forgotten we are still in the power play. He might have been talking to the flyer there at the boundary. Drops it short. Soft hands, 2 is the call. Are they going for the second one? The fielder Calvin is very quick there on his feet. He denies them a second run. Very good batting from Simon Sesazi. A boundary and a single straight away to give his partner Sami Sohel a chance to also have a go at Sirajin Subuga, who's struggling at the moment to get his line. "37 for 1. Last over of the power play. Can they get yet another boundary in this short ball flicked away? No is the call.
Still looking to get off the mark there, Sami Sohel. Paya Soloka from Jinja, part of the under 19 contingent that was at the World Cup early last year. Very, very young prospect there and exciting talent. Younger brother to Fox Odoi. The chase is on here for Robinson Obuya, not Pius. Good effort there from him. Just runs over the rope. Sami Sohel gets off the mark with the boundary.
Lovely shot there to get off the mark. As a batsman, you always want to get off the mark, hitting the ball in the power spot of the bat. And Sami Sohel does everything superbly perfect with that shot to get off the mark. Can see the fielder puts in a... Can see there on the replay, the fielder puts in a big fight there, but the ball won the race. Short ball flicked away again, straight to the young man there. No run. And that is the end of the power play. 41 for 1. Very good power play, I must say, here for the Trekkers, Dennis.
Yeah, very good start here for the Sipi Trekkers, who only managed 92. 41 for 1 after 6 overs. Run rate of 9.5 every over. 176 the target. But Simon Sesazi, not a worried looking dugout there for the Sipi Trekkers. Can see their manager Abu Mayanja. But they know how important this game is. They need to win the game to stay in the result. And I must tell you, Bob, if Sipi Trekkers gives us a good game, I think we shall have had the perfect start to this men's edition of the Waterfalls T20 tournament.
Very true there, Dennis. Now this is the challenge I've been waiting for years and years. It is Senyondo up against his young brother Simon Sesazi on strike, who is on 27 of 18 deliveries. Is Simon going to respect his brother, or he's going to go for his team? Soft hands. No is the call.
Too much respect there from Simon for big brother.
Absolutely. We saw Juma Miyaji taking on one of the oldest players in Uganda, Frank Subuga, taking him apart. Juma Miyaji did oblige with respect there in the middle. Let's see what Simon has for us. And again, he's respecting his older brother.
But I'll tell you, if Henry Senyondo overreaches and he bowls one very full, Simon will take him on immediately. I think it's just Simon is just trying to pick his moments, which he has done very well. 27 of 20, but he can quickly switch gears, which is a very good thing. Not the most powerful of players, Simon, but when the balls are too full to him, he will try and cream them for maximums.
Soft hands again.
Sure, the Bujagali Rafters won't mind the singles. They know at least the Sipi Trekkers need a lot more than just singles. The required run rate about to touch 10 runs every over. 9.88 right now. So there's work to do for the Sipi Trekkers.
Very true there. And very keen to see how these two out there in the middle play out. Senyondo, who looks to be the one leading the whole bowling unit of the Bujagali Rafters. Don't give him more wickets. We all know he's one of the best in that region. Not easy to pick him. Just keep rotating strike off his bowling. Wait for the bad bowlers and the bad balls. Still have a lot of overs to come. And a lot of batting in their batting lineup for the Sipi Trekkers. Fall louder pay, but that was an inside edge, loud and clear here from the comms box.
Hope those stamp mics that have been provided by the Podgal group picked up on some of that. Nearly falling there for Roger Mukasa.
He goes for the switch sheet, misses it completely. Not sure they're striking around 10 runs and over. I'm not sure up front why he's going for the fancy shots. Is Sami Sohel. I believe he's the pressure. He's still on 4 of 10 deliveries. We saw earlier Karabo Motlaka struggling out there in the middle. Lovely shot. Good use of the full face, straight to long off for a single. That's the end of the 7th over. It is 44 for 1, Dennis.
Yeah, now the required rate 10 every over from here on for the Sipi Trekkers. They have some work to do. First overs were very, very good, but now the runs not coming very easily, especially after taking the pace off the ball. They need someone to come up. Need someone to come out and bat there with an aluminium bat. Try and get the run chase going. But a good crowd has come out here to watch the game on a public holiday here in Kampala. This is day 1 of the men's edition of the Waterfalls T20 tournament. The action will continue tomorrow through up to until Sunday afternoon for the final. The women set a very high bar last week. Now it's up to the men to put on a quality show. Nothing given there by Olivier in Tangishaka. It was run through for a single.
Again, Sami Sohel not middling the ball. As we all know, he's capable of. We all know what he can do.
Yeah, for now, nothing is coming off for Sami Sohel. I think he just needs to be patient. When you eat up a lot of balls, sometimes you get impatient and then you try and do something. But if you're batting with Simon, just keep him on strike. He's been there longer than you. As you also grow into the game, eventually everything becomes easy when you go out there in the middle.
Very good to see Simon out there. If you are knocked him over, plays across the line. Big wicket it is for the Bujagali Rafters. They get rid of the dangerous Simon Sesazi, who dies the way Orkide Tuisenge did play across the line. He had all the time in the world to play that straighter, and he goes across the line.
Yeah, was there in the slot. Celebrations there for Sirajin Subuga. I don't know if it's more of relief or joy, but Simon Sesazi has to walk. That is the dot ball pressure I was telling you about, Bob. The dot balls that started accumulating on Sami and Simon, and then Simon realized that we have to do something. Unfortunately, it doesn't come up for him and loses his wicket. Now 44 for 2, the Sipi Trekkers. Their captain, Kenneth Waiswa, will come out to bat for them.
Walks out the captain himself. We saw him early in the morning. He wasn't happy with the decision of the umpire. He didn't think he touched the ball. But again, now he has more than 13 overs to prove a point here. He is the captain. He has to lead from the front. We saw him bowling some good overs in the end of the first innings. Can he deliver yet with the bat? We all know he's capable of striking the ball and rotating the strike. This is where Sipi Trekkers need him most as the captain. Lead from the front. As we see, Bujagali Rafters are on top. I must say here, the required run rate is at 10.
Off the mark immediately there for Kenneth Wise, the captain. Like Bob mentioned, wasn't happy in the morning with the decision that he got from the umpire. But he needs to transfer some of that anger into this game tonight, to this evening, if the Sipi Trekkers are going to win the match.
That is up and over. Match needed maximum and a boundary for Sipi Trekkers, and especially Sami Sohel, who was on 5 of 14 deliveries. He balls it in a slot and slaps it through cow corner region, Dennis.
Yeah, breaks the shackle there. Sami Sohel drops that ball on top of the bank around the Lugogo cricket oval. Once it came off the bat, I was sure. Hey, there, Henry said. Kenneth Wise were there struggling with the cramps. He had to ask for a drink. He's just coming, but he's struggling with the cramps. He needed some juice or water with salt to just make sure that he gets going again. Yeah, Kenneth Wise must be understanding the assignment. He knows that the team needs him.
Talking about the cramps there, Dennis, these boys have played a lot of games in the past 2 years. More than 200 games they have played all over the world. Very good for the youngsters. Need to work on their body, keep their body in shape. They're just young. They haven't reached up there. When you see someone like Franco Subuga still playing at these standards, you don't want to be having cramps. Especially like Kenneth Waiswa, one of the players. They call him the future of Uganda cricket. As we see, Falaksha comes in from the Ginger Road side. It is Kenneth Wise, the captain, to face him. 50 up for the Sipi Trekkers for 2. Drops it short. Soft hands. 1 run through mid-wicket. Easy pickings for these two. Very good to see Waiswa giving strike to Sohel, who smashed the last delivery for a big maximum. Short, soft hands again. They get a single easily in the end. Very good batting by these two. We all know partnerships win games like this, especially when you're chasing. They need one here out there in the middle. Soft hands again. Good running, good cricket all around here, Dennis.
Yeah, and that's very, very good to see. We know Kenneth Wise, an aggressive player, but also very aggressive when he was running between the wickets. So he's just made sure that if they run well, they could easily pick up 1s and 2s because the fielders are hanging on the ring. And then if you get a loose delivery, put it away. So an over where you would have gotten 1 or 2 runs, you get more than that. Very well done there by Calvin Watu on the boundary. Challenging outfield, so the ball sometimes can come to you while deviating. But Calvin does well, body behind the ball and cuts it off.
That's a shot and a half over the field at short 5 legs. Henry Senyondo. Lovely piece of batting by these two out there in the middle.
Cheeky there from Henry Senyondo. Must have felt like the chance went to the wrong man. If Brian Masaba was in that zone, maybe you could have put in a dive, but a cheeky shot there from Kenneth Waiswa. Fortune favors the brave. You need to do something rather than sit there and wait on God.
Good comeback there from Falaksha. Rolls his fingers, and that's the end of the 8th over. The score is 59 for 2. Again, the required run rate is at 10.6. It is, as we get to the halfway stage of this game, it is 59 for 2. Bujagali Rafters get rid of the two most destructive opening pair, Orkide and Simon Sesazi, in the power play. But again, it is Sami Sohel and the captain himself out there in the middle. Some of the talented batsmen out there in the middle. It is Siraji Subuga coming into ball his 3rd over.
Also, the experience for players like Sami Sohel, Bob, is that you come in here, you put in a shift, give yourself a chance out there in the middle. You don't want to come in here, play 4 games, go back with nothing that you've learned. So sometimes it's good for you to just give yourself time, go out in the middle. You've been given an opportunity to bat in the top 3. So you give yourself a chance rather than coming here and then you just try and hit the ball out of Lugogo.
Very true there, Dennis. It's all about the exposure and the experience. Pulls it powerfully. That's another maximum from Sami Sohel's blade. Siraji dropped it short. And Sami Sohel obliges and tells Siraji, thank you so much. I was looking for that loose ball. Look at that. He held his best there.
Yeah, hit me ball there from Siraji and Subuga, and given the treatment, Sami Sohel, a quality player, maybe Siraj is trying to overthink it. Instead, the chance taken there by Brian Masaba, who adjusted himself in the field. Sami Sohel trying to go for another maximum. Not a very good ball there from Subuga Siraj. This time went to the safest hands on the field. Looked like it was going away from Brian Masaba, but he held on to it. They lose their 3rd, the Sipi Trekkers. Sohel goes for 20 of 19.
So greedy there for Sohel. You just got a maximum the previous ball. You want to take on the bowler yet again. Didn't even have time to look at the field. Because if you saw that on that delivery, Brad Masawa adjusted himself slightly. A few steps to that area. And Sohel Sami plays it straighter to the fielder. That's the 3rd wicket as we see Asama Bryan coming in out there in the middle. It is 67 for 3. Sirajin Subuga bags his 2nd wicket of the day. Kenneth Waiswa, the captain, has to play a very handy knock here if they are yet to win a game in today's doubleheader for the Sipi Trekkers.
Yeah, the top now properly cleaned up by the Bujagali Rafters. The Sipi Trekkers need some fortune. Yeah. Last time the Bujagali Rafters missed out on that final because of net run rate after suffering some heavy losses. So you need to make sure that even when you lose, you don't lose heavily. You stay in touching distance of everyone else, especially when it comes to net run rate. Someone has to be a hero today. Today is Liberation Day here in Kampala. Thick outside edge off the bat of Brian Asaba. Won't run away for a boundary. Falak Shah catches up with it.
Look at that. Very slow there in the field. And Kenneth Waiswa decides to take on the arm of Falak Shah. Spot on. Run out. He wasn't even in the picture. You can see again he's showing the umpire that no. And again he walks back to the dugout shaking his head. We saw this look in the morning in the first game. He wasn't happy, and it is the same umpire. But by the looks of the replay, he wasn't even in the picture. Very good fielding.
Yeah, a comedy of errors there leading to the loss of that wicket. Kenneth Waiswa making a poor judgment call there, deciding to go for a third run when there was none. Getting himself run out. This time not a bad decision from the umpire. I think Kenneth Waiswa will have only himself to blame. 67 for 4, the Sipi Trekkers. Joshi, the new batter for the Sipi Trekkers. While Joshi comes in to bat for the Sipi Trekkers, I'll be joined by the leading voice of commentary in Africa, Innocent Daula.
Thank you, Dennis. Things have gone haywire for the Sipi Trekkers. Their captain, Kenneth Waiswa, needlessly run out. Whatever he was thinking as he attempted a suicidal one, only the gods do know. Yash Joshi and Brana Saba have work to do. You look around in that hut in the dugout, it's a mountain to climb. For the trekkers in Sipi, there are no mountains in Falls. And look at that one, straight and full. Celebration time. Clipped. The furniture right behind him is disturbed. He's got to go to the house help to rearrange the furniture in the house because it's wicked time for these guys. The Bujagali Rafters are running rings around the Sipi Falls, enjoying the trips around because the rapids are not any heavy. Wicked falls. Joshi Yash falls without troubling the scorers a little too much.
Yeah, very true, Innocent. I think the track the whole day has been very slippery for the Sipi Trekkers. Josh falls for no run at all, and Josh I think might have gone in very, very quickly because Kevin Irakoze doesn't look even ready to come on and bat.
Big boy Kevin Irakoze will walk out to bat at number 7. Irakoze means well done. Hopefully the teammates in that dugout of the Sipi Trekkers in need of a victory will be telling Kevin, well done, mate.
Yeah, and I've also liked that coach player Frank Nsubuga has given an opportunity to players like Kevin Irakoze to come and bat up the order when the challenge is on. 70 for 5 means there's a whole lot left in the match. 10 overs and about 100 more runs required. So it gives an opportunity for players like Kevin Irakoze to chase something rather than sending them when the chase has virtually collapsed. Falak Shah with that wicket is into his final over.
The failures of Sipi Trekkers to pick up a victory on their double-headed day will keep them on the back foot, Dennis. They will only play one match on match day number 2 and one match on match day number 3. They will be chasing wind. Sometimes when you chase wind, or most of the times, you will never catch up.
Yeah, very, very true, Innocent. Well said. I think the girls, the Sipi Trekkers in the women's edition were the winners of that event. The boys so far failing to emulate that because after day 1 they could totally be at the bottom of the table and on the back foot and also in a difficult position of failing to make it to the finals on Sunday afternoon.
Dennis, I was a fly on the wall when you talked to someone this morning. You clearly showing your sides. You wanted the Sipi Trekkers to win this tournament as well. Oh no, the goals don't favor you.
Yeah, very true that, Innocent. I thought could make a news story that both editions were won by the Sipi Trekkers, the men and the women. But of course, like in the women's edition, the Tanda Kayakers in the morning picking up a 10-wicket win against
Big shout for Laksha. Wants a second. Doesn't want to leave just good figures. He wants to have some scalps in that wicket column. They're 5 down. He's fancying to see number 8 batsman walk on to bat, because if he picks up one here, there will be 6 down and forthwith in a deep slow. Irakoze Kevin, the ball keeping low on him. Is the wicket already a little too old?
Looking like a day 5 wicket already. Haven't seen it taking a lot of turn, but some of the balls have been staying really very low.
It is the end of the over, Dennis. I would love you to give a very quick shout out to our partners. More partners coming on board here. Nile Special will interest the players. They see that name, they know drinks are on the way. How about the other partners?
Yeah, there will be a lot of drinks. First of all, won't forget, there's a cash prize for every player of the match award that is being taken home by the players. And that award has been sponsored by a cricket lover called Suleiman Sharif. So each of the players, he's not just giving for the men, he did this for the ladies as well. And this time, each of the men will also walk away with 100K. Imagine 100K in this January Innocent. I think you and I will be able to, we'll go home smiling. Hopefully there's a cricket lover listening out there and he doesn't forget you, myself and Bob, because even us, we could make deal with that 100K. But Pepsi, the refreshing partners of the tournament, Rocky Telecom, of course, the data partners, Ken Bright, Century Cinema, who've given us a lot of movie tickets that we're giving away for those that want to go and watch movies. Bat Ball, the guys who make sure the teams, Brana Saba comes up with something out of nothing. 6 off the bowling of Power Soloka.
Oloka efficiently and effectively welcomed into the attack. Brana Saba says, hello, welcome to my world. My team needs runs. I'll get the runs going. Pitched outside off stump, but in the zone, Brana Saba just playing a golf drive. Get the drive out of the bag and hit it straight onto the fairway. 300 yards for Brana Saba there.
We're talking about the partners. We won't forget Bat Ball, who've made sure the teams look very, very... Oh, and that cheeky shot there from Brana Saba. And a no ball at that. 11 runs already from just 2 balls from Power Soloka. Bat Ball have made sure the umpires look smart, first of all, but also the teams. You see the teams there in some lovely kit. That all has been sponsored by Bat Ball, and also making sure that this production comes to you live from wherever you are. Well done to you, Bat Ball, Plascon as well. They are the official partners for the Cricket Cranes, but they've also continued to support local cricket by being part of this event.
He goes bigger this time. It's a free hit. Won't be dismissed. Even if the catch is taken, it's put down. But yes, it's still a free hit. Maybe could have done better, but no damage whatsoever because it's just a 1 run taken. We saw the fielding from the Sipi Trekkers. Dennis, it was undesirable. Juma Miyagi made them pay. Roger Mukasa made them pay. Roger Mukasa dropped on 0, went on to score 23. Juma Miyagi getting a quick 50 with almost a strike rate of 200 plus. Kevin Irakoze looking to get off the mark. New overboard by Pius Oloka, the youngster. His fellow youngster takes him to the cleaners. Kevin Irakoze, big job to be done. Everybody has told it to Kevin. I was lucky to be part of the few conversations where Kevin was in Kigali. Kevin hits it just over the top for 1. He's off the mark, underway. 1 of 5 balls. Everybody telling Kevin that you can bat. You should be able to bat. You are a batsman. Don't just think you're just leggy. You have protections of a batter. And well, he's got big muscles and he's got to make that count. No resting, no time to cool off. Oloka's 4 balls gone for 13 now. Hit up in the air, who wants it? Kakuru looks at Siraj and Subuga. Kakuru withdraws from the attempt. I beg your pardon, this is Siraj who leaves it for Kakuru. Wicket falls. Wicket number 6. Under pressure and under the pump for The Sipi Trackers.
Yeah, and the way things are, Innocent, I'll be afraid that they may finish under the bus as is right now. Again, irresponsible batting from Brian Asaba. Doesn't do anything. Puts up a skyer taken well there by Cyrus Kakuru. Now 6 wickets down for the Sipi Trackers. I always want something more from the young players. I think this is a big opportunity for them. You don't come here and just throw away your wicket. You need to make sure that you only get out if you're beaten. But if you come and throw away your wicket, I feel like you've undone yourself. These opportunities are going to and don't come around very often. And if you want guys to think about you in the next event, you need to make sure that you leave a very good memory. I'll be taking a break, and Bob will be coming back into the commentary with Innocent.
Getting Bob here, the organizers of So Dennis pulling off a haste of sorts. Only the other day I was watching Bob in the World Cup in Port, taking in the breather and the joys and the beauty of Rwanda women beating up on Test playing nations. 2 wins against Test playing nations for Rwanda. First against Zimbabwe. Then the West Indies fall on the last one. Coach Leonard Namburo and Bryson Bijingo are up to something very, very dangerous for Rwanda and East African grade. As we watch that boundary come through to end the over, the score's 88 for 6. Bob, tell me the beautiful stories from South Africa. You never seem to stay home. Why do you even pay rent?
Absolutely stunning Dennis Innocent there. Very grateful to be part of that tour that went to the World Cup. Very stunning things that I saw live with my eyes, seeing mostly those young girls there who started playing cricket when the game had already been introduced in the country. I've seen those young girls at the early age of 6 years of age, seeing them beating these top nations like Zimbabwe and the West Indies, especially the West Indies. It was really delightful to watch. Very proud of those girls. They held their nerve. They really enjoyed the game. They didn't do things the hard way. They did the little things easy for them, which made them get those famous wins. They will never forget those historical wins, those young ladies. As we see the introduction of Henry Senyondo, I'm not sure why Brian Masawa, on the other hand, didn't bring in Henry Senyondo to wrap up things. Oh, Juma Miyaji. As we see, we are in the bowlers now. It is 6 wickets down. Kevin, loud appeal there. Not given. We saw in that previous over of Pius, the ball was doing much for Falaksha. Not sure why he didn't throw the ball straight to the spinner, Nyondo. As the wicket is standing this much.
Henry Senyondo, one man who doesn't get enough praise on international scene, easily and arguably they're one of the best bowlers in associate cricket. After I look around the park and look further closer, you look and you see Frank Nsubuga, a direct rival for that man, Henry Senyondo. Nyondo, of course, in the local dialect here in Uganda means a hammer, but Nyondo, Senyondo, always hammering into the batsman and pricing out big scalps.
Very good economy. Look at that. 1 wicket, 3 runs in his 2.3 overs. Lovely figures for Nyondo. Again, leading from the front as usual.
You can't buy those figures in a supermarket. You've got to work very hard in training, Bob, for you to pick such figures. And Henry Senyondo shows years of hard work have only made him better. He was at the World Cup qualifiers for Africa. He was at the World Cup qualifiers in Canada. He's part of another generation that Uganda lost. But him, Deus Muhumuza and Brian Mark Masaba, still alive and fighting to say that generation is not long gone. We will play for our country for some more years to come. Good things happen here in the Elite League. Bob, you have very many stories to tell about the World Cup I wish I had money. I wish the organizers could give us an early allowance. I would like to buy you a drink. And you tell me a few stories on your first visit to Uganda in 6 years.
Absolutely. This is just my first day in 6 years here in Uganda. I believe we still have more time to catch up here, Innocent. As we see, that's the end of that over of Henry Senyondo, giving away only 1 run per over with 1 wicket. As we see, the record run rate has climbed to 12 runs. Not easy for the trekkers at the moment here. It is Kevin Erakoze who is on 2 of 7 deliveries, and the young Robert Arjuna who is on 4 of 5 deliveries. That brought us to the end of the 13th over, 89 for 6. Not sure again why Brian Masaba is not throwing the ball to Juma Miyaji to come and wrap up things here. Remember, as we go into the deep of the tournament, net run rate is going to count. Come and wrap things up.
Lots of subscribers watching this game. It's just day 1, but 1,000 new subscribers to the channel of Uganda Cricket. Following this stream, the people are watching across and the messages are coming through. Martin Suji, the technical director and coach of the men's team, coming through and saying Rwandans are doing very well and is very happy because Inyas Tiringanya, an opening bowler by trade, Martin Suji too was one, is happy with Inyas's returns. Inyas 3 for 15 in the opening game. Bob, quick mention about Inyas as we continue with this game.
First game mentioned, first game outside Rwanda for a young man like Inyasi. Absolutely very delighted to see that kid bowling quick. I had a little chat with a few people here at Lugogo watching the game. Trust me, Innocent, they told me they haven't seen anyone quicker than Inasi in 5 years' time. In the air,
big boy Kevin goes for broke. And well, if you go for broke, you're left with no money in the pocket. Easiest of chances given to big boy Robinson Oboya. Wickets are falling like dominoes here. Kevin Irakoze must take a quick shower.
Absolutely. Look at that. Plays it across the line. Loses his shape. Straight to the fielder, Oboya, at point, who dropped a catch, but luckily it was off a free hit. But this time round, he holds on it, takes it comfortably under his eyes. And being honestly, that was the last nail in the coffin for the Sipi trekkers as Kevin Irakoze departed. He's been taken out of his misery. He was on 2 of 10 deliveries. And that brought Frank Subuga, the coach player, on strike. Very good task ahead for him. Talking about that young man Inyasi, very impressed with his natural swing there and speed. Getting rid of Simon Sesazi and Sohel Sami in his first 2 overs. That was very impressive and delightful to watch across the wall.
The good signs there. Inyasi, at his age, beating Simon Sesazi for pace. Inyasi, of course, only new in the game, not played for more than 3 years. But him coming into the attack here and showing, I can play good cricket under the captains of Riyazat Ali Shah. Hopefully, many other people watching from across the border in the land of Thailand. This is Frank Nsubuga for you. Frank Nsubuga will get the scoreboard ticking with the boundary. He wastes no time. The coach player comes in with his team in need of a moment of brilliance, and he shows big flashes up front in his innings.
Straight away over the field at covers there. 1 bounce for 4. Striking the ball over 400. But they need him to get his team over the line. Very good comeback there from the young Payaso Loka. Talking about these Rwandan players, I saw Kevin in the morning playing as a batsman, taking responsibility, playing a little bit of good cameo there in the end. Unfortunately, he didn't get them over the line, but it was very good to see him taking charge, scoring some big sixes there and boundaries. Cut powerfully there.
And cut very hard. There is protection in the deep. Successful. Kakuru Cyrus right on it. The innings of the Sipi Trekkers is one they will want to look away from very quickly. Tonight they will have nightmares instead of super nice dreams, because the shift they have put in on a double-header day is worth forgetful.
Talking about the Sipi Trekkers, we had earlier at the post-match presentation, their captain Kenneth Weiss were talking about they didn't have enough runs on board. That cost them their first game in the morning. But today, they were set a target of 176 and they got off to a flyer, 41 for not loss. And again, the middle order batsmen, they didn't deliver. As we see it right now, they didn't deliver for the Sipi Trekkers. They need to do a lot of job. And that's their coach player there, Frank Subuga there, out there in the middle with the young Arjun. Need a lot of work to do there. They just needed to keep rotating the strike, but they decided to go the other way around. We've seen wickets of batsmen scoring 11 runs off 3 deliveries, and they end up chipping away easy wickets for no good reason. This has cost them this game as so far.
Bob here in the comms box calls the match. Even in the 15th over, he says it is done and dusted. The Sipi Trekkers will lose 2 matches today. Henry Senyondo is smiling, concurring with Bob. Looks like Senyondo is playing with earphones on. And ill-advised young wicketkeeper Robert Arjuna is dismissed leg before wicket, going for a switch shot. Umpire Simon Chintu, IC level, is gone. Frank Nsubuga is stranded at the non-strikers end. Coach player, what can you do? Nothing whatsoever, Bob.
You could see straight away from the young Andrew there. He knew he has done a mess in front of his coach. He couldn't even face the coach, as you saw. Frank Subuga there was very pissed at that young man, telling him, how would you play such a stupid shot when I'm out there with you? I'm here to lead you. And the young man there decides to go the other way around and chips away the 8th wicket. 95 for 8. The required run rate is at 14 runs and over. Innocent. It's not easy for the Sipi Trekkers.
82 runs needed for victory at 14.73 per over. I tell you, Bob, the Sipi Trekkers need a miracle of marginal proportions. Even divine intervention won't help them right now.
You're absolutely right there. They just lost. I still believe, Innocent here, they just lost the game by themselves. They had the game in their hands. When Sami Sohail was still out there with Kenneth Waiswa after losing those 2 wickets of Orkidea and Simon Sesazi, they had the game in their hand, but they decided to give away easy wickets. Balls it full. The young man is off the strike straight away. That brought Frank Subuga, the coach player, on strike. We all know batting is all about partnerships. They had one up front with the openers. Goes hard, goes over, but falls short to the fielder at deep extra cover, Juma Miyaji, who looks very relaxed at the moment. He knows now he can start planning for tomorrow's game.
Bob, I want you to keep a very keen eye and watch on closely on day 3. That will be Saturday. I will be asking you some questions. What can Uganda Cricket Association, who are the organizers of this event, alongside their partners, do to make it better? What is the missing element? Which players should be brought in? And I hope and I trust that you'll give me very good answers for the organizers to listen in and make sure things come right, because you are eagle-eyed. Of course, Bob Bashir Tsonga here, a former captain of Rwanda, he says he's tired but not retired. He's looking to make a comeback. Any chance, Bob, will see you in Zimbabwe as part of that team, the Rwandan team that will be playing in the regional finals. A place where there's nowhere to hide and where only the top 2 teams will go to the World Cup.
I'm not sure about that, Innocent. I would always love to give back to this lovely game. But when you look at the competition right now, when you look at the kids like Orkide Inyasi, I'm not sure I want to face Inyasi in the warm-up games.
Was Bob chickening out? Bob scared? Bob staying on the fence?
I'm not scared. I'm telling you, if Simon says he can't see the face of Inyasi Nireganya, and Simon, remember, is the man on form at the moment, I'm not sure I would stand a chance. I would prefer being behind the microphone here out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially confirmed. Bob Bashir Songa is officially a commentator and no longer a player. When I first heard the name Bob come through, I know our fellow commentator Dennis Musal is listening in. He's part of the organizing team here of this beautiful event. I thought you're coming in as a player. Next thing I was told I must look around and buy you a coat because you have big bucks on you. Well, I did buy the coat. I thought you're going to use it at the toss as a captain, one of the franchises. And I only to think and think again, the coat is for you to do commentary. Welcome to the comms box, Bob.
And thank you there, Dennis. As we see the introduction of Juma Miyaji back into the attack to wrap up things. 98 for 8 for the Sipi Trackers.
Beautiful things happening here, Bob. You just hours old in Kampala and you already look like a local. You are feeling at home. What has taken you so long to come home?
Oh, how did that miss the leg stump? Very good piece of bowling by Juma Miyaji. Talking about being back a couple of hours ago in Uganda. This is also my country, my home country. I was born here in Uganda. Very lovely country here. You can see for itself the sponsors, the Waterfalls. Very lovely country to be. Can't wait for you to take me out tonight there, Innocent. It is a public holiday.
It's a liberation day. The Sipi Trackers need a liberator. Unfortunately, our president is so many years old, 70 plus. He won't be the liberator because he last played cricket in Intare school. Today needs another liberator, and not Paul Kagame, who went to school with Museveni in Intare and has a knowledge, a thing or two about cricket, alongside the beautiful sports minister from Kigali, Rwanda. The liberator in the Sipi Trackers team can only be Frank Nsubuga, the coach player, adding his money. Double job for him.
Swing and a miss. Very good. We saw Juma Miyaji smashing Frank Subuga off his bowling earlier in the innings. Now it is time for Frank Subuga to pay back. It is Juma Miyaji charging in very hard, steaming into Frank Subuga. But the coach player doesn't look like he has any clue about the paceman, Juma Miyaji. As we see, the required run rate has climbed to 18 runs and over. Swing and a miss again. Nothing short from Frank Subuga there. Very good contest there from these two out there in the middle. And that's the end of 17th over, 99 for 8. Required run rate is at 19.25. I'm not sure here, Innocent. I'm not sure Sipi Trackers have a chance to win this one.
Big boy Abu Mayanja, coming from a very wealthy family and a political family. He needs to break the bank, get the big bucks in if he's to chase down this score. I tell you, Kieron Pollard, Andre Russell, Josh Butler, David Warner would struggle to chase down 20 needed every over.
Very true there. This is now a walk in the park for Bujagali Rafters. Very good. The moment they reached to that 170 mark, they knew they had the game in their hand. They just needed to ball in the right areas and pick up a couple of wickets, which they did very well up front. It is Brian, the captain, rolling his fingers.
Brian Masaba did score runs because he was happy to give a chance to the youngsters to come out here and bowl. It's a big hit. You won't catch that. It's the big flashing blade of the coach player, Frank Nsubuga Baresi Mulondo. Since he ages like a fine wine, getting better with age, and Frank Nsubuga sees it in the slot. He says, Masawa, I'll take you back to Mbale. Big six there.
Very good shot there. A little bit too late for the Sipi Trackers. But that was a lovely pickup down the town by Frank Subuga. Can see it's all smiles out there on your screen. It is Frank Subuga talking to the wicketkeeper there, Kakuru Cyrus. I believe he's telling him some of his players disappointed him. He didn't have to come out here to bat chasing 170 after getting to 41 in the power play without the loss of a wicket. Something they have to work on back at the hotel if they are here to stay alive in this competition here.
The Sipi Trackers won't be looking eye to eye at each other at the hotel. Tough words, big questions, and for me, I would love them to have clear conversations. It's the only way they can bounce back in this tournament. They will have lost two today, but they will not be out of the question for the final where they are bragging rights, the coveted trophy. Wow, the Sipi, the Waterfalls T20 Elite League Cup looks every inch so marvelous. It's a fine piece of art. Frank goes for a big heave in the deep and the offside. No one to catch. Juma Miyagi collects and sends in a throw. Frank Subuga happy to show his batsmen, I can bat your numbers, but I need you to shoulder the responsibility. I need you to do the hard work. I need you to earn your monies. Half tracker from Brian, not punished by Jonathan Nyiro. Quick single taken. Nothing, and nowhere could it have been a single anywhere in the world. But Henry Senyondo, guilty party.
21 to get in every over. Senyondo tells his captain Brian Masaba, no need to throw. Let them run 21 runs. Short ball pulled away. Chase is on. The chase is won by the ball. That's another leg by signal by the umpire into there. You can see Brian Masaba, he looks like he's warming up for the next game tomorrow. Not minding about the loose balls here because he knows they need 21 and over moving forward if they're here to win today.
Greetings to you from all the way from Kigali, Rwanda, from a legend to a non-legend. Eric Ndusingzimana says you are asking Bob very good questions, and I'm happy he knows that it is hard work that can take you places. He says he is in office but he's failed to work. He's got to follow the game because of your pleasantry commentary. Hearts for you, Bob. Early flowers for you on day one. Some of us took flowers on day one.
Lovely to see people tuning in back at home there, especially Eric, Big Man, and some of the Abakamwe group there tuning in for this elite that shows love all the way from Rwanda and across the globe. And Eric, especially Eric, Big Eric there, if you're listening in, I am trying to get you a team here so that next elite, you will be part of it as an opening batsman.
If Eric is going to bat in this league, he will need to get his hand-eye coordination very right and very proper. Many times he gets stats and he throws them to the kitchen sink. This is from one legend to another. Roger Mukasa right there in your frame, smiling and happy. The Bujagali Rafters, only one professional in their ranks, Karabo Motlanka. And they are performing like a team that is full of professionals. And guess what? It's another wicket for Siraje Nsubuga, that man who is on the brink of joining the cricket cranes anytime now. Like they say in Uganda, Siraje Nsubuga will be wearing the black, yellow, red. But it's wicket number 9 for the Bujagali Rafters. From one Nsubuga to another Nsubuga, there is no love lost. Frank Nsubuga has got to take a long walk, the veteran, to a man who wants to replace him in the national side. And I tell you,
I remember talking about the Nsubuga combination out there in the middle. I remember 3-4 years ago, I had a conversation with Siraji Nsubuga back in Rwanda because he plays a lot of domestic cricket there. I asked him a question. You've been there training with the national team. When are you ever going to make it? He told me, Bob, the only problem is the only person I want to replace who will play the same role. It is that man, Frank Nsubuga, but he's not aging. He's still there in the team. So he needs to work very hard as he picked the third wicket for only 27 runs in his 3.4 overs. It is a long way to go. If you want to replace the best, you have to be better than them.
you've got to be the best to sit on the table with the best. Simple, Bob. Don't beat about the bush. Come straight. Don't beat corners. Nsubuga has got to bowl better than Frank and even bat better than Nsubuga to be there and dine with the table, with the men at the big table.
It is that extra effort that you put in that gets you up there to put on those flags of your country. As we get to the end of the 18th over, it is 113 for 9. The required run rate is out of reach at the moment. It is 31. Blessing Pondani on strike with Jonathan Nyiro. You can see even the DJ has started to play some music for the players.
It's a bank holiday, Bob. Liberation Day. No one is liberating the Sipi trackers, but people are going to be partying hard later. Please go have a rest. We need you alive, smart at the toss tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. You don't expect you to be out there partying, Bob. But guess what? Juma Miyagi given the ball here to run things and end the innings of the CP trackers who have been out of depth and failed to stay afloat all day, all night. Good work out here, Bob.
Into the block or straight away. Juma Miyagi yet again to get a wicket in this game.
CP trackers have Hilary Baijuka as the assistant coach there in the dugout. I know the producer will give us those pictures of Hilary Baijuka in the dugout of the CP trackers. I tell you, the CP trackers dugout, no smiles in that dugout. Everyone is angry with the other, from Sami Sohail to Orokide to Isenge to Pondani Blessings and to, guess who? They have 4 professionals in their armory. The only team to have 4, but they're playing like they have none.
That's the beauty of this game. Can he wrap up things now? Oh, beaten. What a pitch of delivery there. Very good to see Juma Miyagi. Today's game, he turned out to be more of a batsman than a bowler. He's yet to pick a wicket. He's bowling his last over of his quarter. Whereas on the bat, he played a handy knock of 52 runs, the first half century of the tournament.
In the block hole from Juma Miyagi, Jonathan Nyiro, the under-19 international, he's knocking on the doors to play for the baby cricket cranes. They will be in Tanzania. Bob, I hope to see you there, and I'm hoping I will be there. Dennis too is hoping beyond hope that he will be there.
Hopefully we can all be there
and be able to be the voices of these beautiful tournaments that ACE is bringing up. Because Jonathan Nyiro facing Juma Miyagi and playing the yoker like as if he's playing a spinner is good stuff, Bob.
Absolutely, very good stuff there. As we are yet to wrap up things here, short ball down the leg side, wide signaled by King to the umpire. He's doing too much there. Juma Miyagi is not happy with himself.
It's been that exciting. Whichever way you look at it, Bob, sometimes excitement is a word overly used and understated. But I'm getting attacks too from all over the world. No love from India. More words coming.
I believe, Innocent, that comment there, that meant even Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav, can't chase that target. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now 45. I'm not sure there's any batsman across the world who can get 45 runs in an over.
No one has done it in history. Even the great Gary Sobers, even the great Ravi Shastri, who is the prowess behind the microphone. I tell you, Sky Suryakumar Yadav must play out of his skin to get this. Mr. Hardik Pandya, one half of the Pandya brothers, they will struggle to chase this. Even the king, Virat Kohli.
Very true there.
Tell you,
Not an easy
exciting
task
in
here.
Uganda, beautiful sights and sounds. We are at the Lugogo Sports Complex. What you see in the background is court number 4. The youngsters playing tennis. Uganda preparing for the Davis Cup. Some sixers already hit into the hockey ground. Oh, nearby. Clean balls him. Is done, dusted. Bob, take us through the closing phase of the match.
Lovely piece of bowling there from Juma Miyaji. That's how you bowl to a tail ender into the block hole and knocks over Jonathan Nero. It took a little bit of time to bowl that delivery, but he gets it spot on into the block hole. And that's the end of the game today. It is Bujagali Rafters beating Sipi Trackers by 66 runs. Massive win for the Bujagali Rafters. They started the innings scoring a hefty 175 runs, setting Sipi Trackers a target of 176, where they started the chase looking very positive and aggressive up front, but they ended up losing wickets by wickets after wickets, and now they've been bowled out at 115 and they lose by 60 runs. We'll be back shortly for the post-match presentation by Innocent Ndaura. Don't go anywhere. We'll be there waiting to see the player of the match.
check. David, are you getting me? Video and audio. Check microphone one check.
Mic check 1 2. Am I okay? Mic check. Check for me score card.
I don't know how to check even. Just go on the group.
Go to the links.
You already throw me from out the group. How can I go in the group, my brother?
He threw you out.
Yeah, you media throw me.
You're abusing people, eh?
I'm not. If you don't have that group, so you know.
Sipi, Trekkers, let's come and have this going. The Man of Match Awards.
5-4.
Go home. Come closer, Brian. Brian, come closer. Don't be shy. I need some protection, please. Sipi Trekkers, come this side. Pass behind the camera, you're live on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation. This is match day number 1, match number 2. The game was between Sipi Trekkers and the Bujagali Rafters. Of course, the Sipi Trekkers playing their double-header day, second match for them on the day against the Bujagali Rafters, who playing their first match, first things first. Unfortunately, cricket is like gambling. Only one winner at the end of the day. Losing captain, Kenneth Weiss will come through. Kenneth Waiswa, before we start the interview, one of our sponsors says he would like to see a smile on your face. And what does he do? He says he will give you 4 movie tickets from Century Cinemax. The movie tickets are not yours, but are for you to pick out fans in the crowd you'll love to give these tickets to. Kenneth Waiswa. Please The microphones are yours. You can see the fans. You know some of their names. 1 ticket, 1 man, 1 person. So you give one winner 2 tickets and another winner 2 tickets so they can take their friends to watch. The blockbusters, Wakanda Forever 2 is out and showing in Naria, showing at Acacia Mall, and showing downtown in Makerere. So please.
Ampumza, happy.
Happy, please come down for an award. Go take a friend. Come through quickly, please, if you've been selected a second on a live TV costs a fortune. So please, if your name is mentioned. Number 2.
Charlie. Who is him? The guy from Kigali.
Charlie Higro, liaison officer for Uganda cricket teams whenever they go to Rwanda. Please come through. You win some movie ticket. Hopefully you get a friend to take through. Yeah, of course. Happy, enjoy. Please come. Kenny, please come. Charlie, please just stay in the picture. Hand over to both. Please, all of you, the tickets and show them to the world, to the camera with your handing over the tickets. Charlie Higro, all the way from Rwanda to support cricket and Africa, as well as Happy and Pomuza. Well done, guys. Are you happy with the photographers? Thank you. Kenneth Waiswa, you are the first franchise to lose your double header day. All the other teams, even the women edition, have been able to win on their double header day. What didn't happen for you?
From the start, I think we bowled very well, getting 2 wickets early. That put us in the driving seat. But then, after dropping catches, I thought we had them, but then the missed chances cost us in the end.
Talking about the mixed chances, Bujagali Rafters, only 1 pro in their ranks, but you guys, not 1 but 4, but you're playing a team without a pro. How do you realize that you need to smell the coffee and wake up from this situation and even play better in the next matches? Because tomorrow, you are playing Itanda Kayakas in the evening.
For me, I think guys have to put their hands up, and tell us that I'm the guy for the day, which hasn't happened today with the bat. I think we bowled very well. The bowlers came back strong. So maybe going forward, we need to go back and reflect on our game, mostly our fielding, because we dropped Juma and then scored a 50. Maybe from 140 to 170, different mindset in the approach as well. So I think we as a team we need to go back and reflect more.
You only mentioned about dropping Juma, but here today you also dropped Roger Mukasa with single-digit scores. He could have been on 0. What are the positives too? People can go on and mention all the negatives, but what are the positives too you can pick from this defeat today that you take into the next matches?
Yeah, I think the bowlers bowled well. As I said, we bowled the Yorkers very well, the Cutters as well very well. For me, I can't see the positives from these games. Just our mentality is still poor as a team, so we need to go back and work on that.
Honest talk from Kenneth Waiswa. Wish you the very best tomorrow. You play 1 match, you're not closed out. Everyone is thinking, including the captain of the women's team, Janet Mbabas, that you guys can rise from the ruins of losing today and win the men's edition as well. Good luck to you, Kenneth. Time for the winning captain, Brian Mark Masaba. Please come through. Brian, is it a case of a win is a win, or you're happy your guys have shown that they're title contenders?
With a win, obviously, it's important to start with the right momentum. I thought the team put in a big effort today to pull it off, and we'll take it from there tomorrow.
1 match for you tomorrow against the Itanda Kayakas in the morning. What do you like to see on the positive side? What do you love your guys to change? Big performances from your top order, but we saw Jamukasa dropped early, Miyagi dropped early, Orokidet, you saying not very convincing, but you picked the victory. What would you love to see when you go away back to your rest houses?
It's important for us to come out tomorrow. Obviously, the areas we feel we need to improve in, we can still get better. So it's important that we continue to push us tomorrow. But we'll come and just try and keep it simple, execute our team plan, our processes, and it should be enough to get us victory.
Thank you, Brian Mark Masaba, captain also of the Cricket Cranes. Good luck tomorrow. Bujagali Rafters were the only franchise in the women's edition that didn't play in the final. But today, to present the player of the match is none other than the founder, patron of bat ball, Mr. Ansasira Bashir Rastabadu. Of course, Ansasira Bashir is the former chairman of Uganda Cricket and has done very good work with the player of the match. A couple of contestants in there, but there was someone 4-over spell, went for 25 runs, picked up just the 1 wicket, but with the bat, very, very destructive. 3 sixes and 5 threes. None other than Juma Miyagi with 56 balls. Money for you, Miyagi. A souvenir for your sitting room. Thank you, Bashir. The next, Juma Miyagi, please stay back. The next set of awards to you will be given out by former cricket international for the Cricket Cranes, Mr. Suleiman Sharif. Another trophy for you to keep as a souvenir. Money for you, Juma Miyagi. There's money. Please, let's turn around. Oh, well done. 100,000 shillings, that is $30 odd. $30, I could go spend the night awake, or I could go build my mother another house. Thank you, Juma. Please, Juma, come back. Well played, Juma. Tell us about the Bujagali Rafters. How pumped up are you to play for a person who scouted you as a youngster in Jackson Ogwang?
Not much words to say. All I have to say is that we had a good start today. We need to keep the rhythm flowing. Yeah.
You talk about the rhythm flowing. You were batting very well, 56 from 25, Juma. But how can you get bored of a full toss?
Well, I was said, though didn't have the timing right. That's why I was bowled with a Yorker.
Tomorrow morning, you are playing against the Tanda Kayakers, also winless with a 100% record. What should we expect from you tomorrow?
We just have to come guns blazing, ready to.
Thank you. Juma Miyagi says guns blazing. Juma Miyagi, please come back. The photographers still want a photo moment with you. Somebody bring that check. Money is already on Juma Miyagi's phone, if you're wondering. We're living in a smart world. No. Juma Miyagi, pose for the cameras. Lift the check a little bit higher, please. Juma Miyagi, please. Thank you. Thank you, sir. When you win big. This is the Elite League. We'll play to you, Juma.